The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Who do you love? That's not the question. The question is, right, it dawned on me, bit of controversy around Eamon Holmes, okay? And I don't want to dwell on that too much. I like Eamon. He's very, very nice to me. Always been very, very nice to me. But he said some bits and pieces about Meghan Markle that I completely and strongly disagree with. I think they're actually... it was mean. It was mean what was said there. That's by the by, right? That's by the by. And that's doing the rounds, and there you go. But the thing that it dawned on me that I don't... He said something in that little thing that I was thinking, I don't actually know what it means.
Go on.
I don't, and he uses it in the wrong context, which made me think, oh, but that's definitely wrong, but I don't know what that means. And I think it is bandied around all the time to the point where it's pretty much lost its meaning. So I want to try and bring it back, find out what its meaning is, and stick with it, right? I don't really know what woke means. I don't really know. I have a vague idea. That it means, well, in my head, it just means that you have empathy for minorities? Is that it?
I think originally it was about becoming aware
of
things that were wrong.
I'm going to hammer this. I need more specifics.
You were woke. You know, you'd woken from your slumber.
Aware of things that were wrong. I don't know what that means.
So you were woke. So you were aware that...
I'm not being deliberately obtuse.
No, I
want to hammer this because I want to know
the original...
Yes. The original thing means wake up.
Yeah, but the provenance is that you were woke in terms of you were aware, you were alert, you had...
About what?
The slumber that people are in... This
isn't helping.
No, but the unconscious prejudices that people have.
So it's about being aware of prejudice.
Being suddenly able to say, hang on a minute, I was wrong about that, this is the way we should be going.
About what? I was wrong about that. About what?
Well, all of society's unconscious and ingrained prejudices.
All the prejudices?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
The things that have become...
No, that sounds right. I'm not arguing.
Things that have become absolutely standard and you never questioned before.
But, so... Okay. So woke means you are aware of all prejudice. I think is the plural of it. It's Latin. You're aware of all prejudices.
No, you are aware that... that there are prejudices that are ingrained and you are alert to the fact that perhaps what's gone before isn't right.
And you don't, so therefore you don't act on those prejudices anymore, you act
You're woke.
To the contrary.
You're woke all of a sudden.
For example, like homophobia, transphobia.
All that stuff. All the phobias.
All the phobias.
The misogyny.
Arachnophobia. So not all the phobias.
Really, you're going to equate the two,
no,
are you?
I'm trying to be, well, I just think spiders, I am not an arachnophobe anymore. I used to be, and then I was woke. No, I'm going to be pedantic simply because I really want to nail this down for me, just for me, and this may help you, dear listener, and if you want to call in 0344 499 1000, because I see it getting bandied around, and Eamon definitely used it in the wrong context. I think it was, it's just a word that kind of hangs around in the heads of people, and they throw it out.
Well, it's kind of an insult now.
It's become an insult,
like
a weapon.
A social justice warrior,
yeah.
Or a do-gooder.
Do-gooder is always. I mean, the moment that doing good became a bad thing, I've always found that very confusing. So let me get this right. I'm going to try and tell you what it is. Then, so woke is being aware of all prejudices and acting. Hang on. Woke is being aware of all prejudices and not acting on those prejudices. In fact, on the contrary...
Trying to be better.
It's as simple as that.
That's the way I see it, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put it out there because that sounds about right to me. I don't know. I'm not being deliberately obtuse. Sometimes you kind of say things and you... don't really know what you're saying, but other people are saying. I know that woke. Well, I was going to, and here we go. I was going to say I know that being woke is a good thing, but actually, to a lot of people, it's a bad thing. It's a pretentious thing. It's a nonsense thing. It's a dangerous thing.
Only because it's being used now to belittle people who Because I think that a lot of people are secretly quite afraid of cancelled culture.
Oh.
And I think that being woke is now bound up with all that.
I remember when we used to do this radio show in English. I'm a dinosaur. Listen, I've said this before. I am totally a dinosaur, and but I'm one of the few dinosaurs that's willing to learn. I don't want to go extinct. Hey, you know they think that dinosaurs died out before the meteor hit the. They think there was like a dinosaur virus that went round and killed all the dinosaurs. And you know this, but I don't think our listener does. Dinosaurs had feathers.
Yeah, I've heard that. And they weren't necessarily all green and like mud-coloured.
What is that about? 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. I think so, but woke is used in the same way by people that could be called gammon, the slightly or extremely right-wing reactionaries who often make money through belittling minorities. Woke is used in a similar way that snowflake is used to indicate. Well, snowflake to me kind of indicates an effeminacy. Is that the word? Effeminacy. Is that? It doesn't sound like a word.
It is.
In the same way, I'm going to say
because being feminine obviously means weakness.
In that context, not to me. In that context, in the same way, snowflake to me feels like a replacement for you're so gay. Do you know what I mean? When gay was used as an insult, still is, but when gay was used as an insult for being effeminate, for being soft, for being sensitive is perhaps a friendlier way of putting it. And so snowflake. You're such a snowflake is like, you're such a gaylord to me. Sorry, I won't say that again because I know that will have offended some people. I don't mean it to be offensive. That's how I interpret snowflake now.
Because it's all bound up with all that kind of pseudo-alpha language, like calling people cucks and stuff.
She said cucks, but the accent. And you frowned a bit there when I said effeminacy is an insult, but we know that is an insult, you girly swat.
Yeah.
That's the Prime Minister of this country has bandied, an old school insult to somebody, a girly swat, implying that being feminine is a weakness.
Is misogyny showing.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there are people who will hear that and rather than go, oh God, yeah, actually, I can see why that might be the case.
Yeah.
People who don't like to be corrected, people who've already got their views quite firmly ingrained and are absolutely sure they're right, and don't hear someone else who is affected by it telling them that it's affecting them as something that maybe should lead to a modification of their behaviour or language.
Yeah.
And instead they'll go, I'm going to put them all in this bin entitled woke.
Don't worry, we're going to do the fun stuff in a bit. It's just been puzzling me a bit. No, it's not been puzzling me. It just occurred to me today. I think I was probably about 70% right, 65, 70% right. But it occurred to me with the word being used, particularly in that context with Iain, that I wasn't completely sure. I'll take these off for a second. I'll come to you in a minute, Alan. I wasn't completely sure.
Don't you think it comes to something, though, when this language is being thrown around by people who are grown-ups?
Yeah? Oh, I think it's awful. Here we go. 0344 499 1000. Don't worry, we're going to do the silly fun stuff as well, but I just want to kick some ideas around. I think the press in the last 48 hours, I have been embarrassed to work in this industry, radio and broadcast. I've been embarrassed. I've been actually really depressed today thinking about some of the vile bullying that has been directed towards a woman of colour, a very wealthy woman of colour. I know, I don't say she's completely hard done by, but some that have been directed towards a woman of colour and a former soldier that is quite possibly suffering from PTSD, but certainly has had a unique life. No one, not even his brother, would know what he has been through, right? The bullying, the belittling, in some instances, the covert, coded racism, the sneering and the mocking.
And I would also say overt misogyny.
Yes. Oh, God, yes.
Because he's doing something now people don't approve of. Whereas
it's her fault.
It's got to be her fault.
Yeah, it's her fault.
Despite the fact he's a grown man who has grown up in a situation of extreme privilege. I doubt he's been said no to very often.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, now that he's doing something you don't approve of, which isn't quite the Larry or good old boys sort of thing that you thought was a bit of fun back in the day, now you're doing something that people don't approve of, they're suggesting it must be her.
I've been embarrassed to be a broadcaster today, hearing so many voices on this radio station, on other radio stations, on television, bullying a woman of colour and a bloke who are trying to do the best for their kids. I've been embarrassed. I've been embarrassed to be part of this industry, and I got really depressed to the point where I was thinking, do you know what? I don't even want to. I don't know if I can carry on working in this industry. If this is the tone, if this is where we are at. And I think a lot of it is ill thought out and ill conceived and not thought out. I think Eamon's comments, I like Eamon a lot, right? I like Eamon a lot. I don't know him very well, but he's always been lovely to me. I'd not seen the whole clip. I feel those comments were kind of thrown out without much thought being given to it. Some of the, I might be wrong. Some of the other thoughts from other commentators have definitely been thought out. I mean, the Gibbon that presents Good Morning Britain does it because he will make a lot of money of it. I suspect he was. Well, I know he was snubbed by Meghan Markle at some point in his life. I think it's really horrible. And I'm surprised. And some of the callers to James's show, I was disgusted by them. I'm really surprised that more people, in my position, in our position, Catherine, that more people aren't standing up and going, what the hell are you doing? What do you want? Do you want one of them dead? Is that what you want? Because that's what happened to his mum. We hounded her to her death. We, the press and the British public, hounded her to her death. You know, do you want that again? Because I can see that happening, whether it be, you know, and maybe not in a high-speed car chase, maybe a suicide. We just don't know what state they're in. And I'm surprised that more people aren't coming out and saying, shut up, what's it got to do with you? Quite often it's white men in their 50s having a pop, but more people aren't coming out and saying, shut up. What on earth has it got to do with you? Just leave them alone. All right, there's issues about tax and there's... come on, man.
They'll work it out. No one's got more eyes on them than they have.
The whole show isn't going to be about this, but I just had to throw it out there because I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed by this industry. And I really thought, you know, for this and other reasons, I thought, do you know what, I'm going to ejaculate. That call last night from the teacher, was it Joe? The teacher that was struggling, and so he just kicked off for 6 months. And that's been playing on my mind a lot. And I'm thinking, I got a few quid in the bank. I've been saving. I could do that. I could disappear for a few months. The problem in this business is well, you get forgotten. But then I kind of thought, well, I suppose while we're still here, we have to be the other. It's up to us, unfortunately, to be the other side that says everybody calling these people out and doing it in a personal way. Yeah, you can argue about constitutions. You can argue about the protocol of the monarchy. You can discuss the tax implications. That's fine. I do think that's fine. But the personal, nasty, racist in some instances, not all of them, attacks embarrass me and embarrass this industry.
I think some people are just using it as an excuse to be nasty.
Some people are using it as an excuse to be nasty. Some people are using it to get likes. Some people will be getting paid a nice hefty bonus for it.
If you're one of those people, though, who can't help themselves but go online and spout that kind of stuff, and it's not going to change anything, you're not going to change the world, Meghan and Harry aren't going to read your thing and go, oh, actually, that's a fair point, and I am an idiot. It's not going to change the world. Ask yourself what that does for you.
On the other side of the coin, can we complete the entire diary, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, January, February, etc., using just songs? We can't have Calendar Girl. That would be cheating. Okay, that's the only one that is out. I start off with Blue Monday by Fats Domino. 0344 499 1000, the late night alternative. Kath and Iain on Talk Radio.
The late night alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. Gatford.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening. Welcome. Welcome.
This woke thing.
Yes.
I'm very interested by this because I too have I don't think, a great idea of what it actually means. And the reason is, I kind of thought, do you remember as a young, and maybe more talking to you, Ian, because this might be more in your warehouse, when you found out wrestling was fake?
Yes.
And you were different.
You became woke.
Because you were, yeah.
I like that!
Someone explained it like that's being woke.
Yeah?
And I understood it as that. Now, I might be wrong.
Well, hang on a minute. So if we then apply that to life, what, the woke then would be that everything is fake and that we're living in the Matrix.
Well, I don't know, but everything isn't quite as you see it. Kath, am I wrong?
That's the way I think
seem
of
to
it.
have
That somehow that the world has been wrong about a lot of stuff, and now you're alive to that fact. But there's also now there's an implication when people use woke as a pejorative. They're suggesting that you're a hypocrite, and actually you're not all into all that stuff.
Hang on. By the way, if your phone number ends 1358, instead of sending in snarky little text to a chuck and block, why don't you phone up? Why don't you grow a pair, snowflake cuck? But are you saying that things aren't as you thought they were in terms of conspiracy theories? Because that's what that feels like to me.
No, and but like the patriarchy, like Me Too, like things where if you're not involved in it, your understanding isn't as it should be, and that by being woke, you suddenly have that understanding of what it might be to walk a mile in their shoes.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Is that closer? Because I don't really know, because as you mentioned, I'm a white middle class man, and life's pretty good, and so
but you're
really
aware
the struggles.
You're aware then that you don't understand the struggles, and that is something.
Yeah.
Is that being partly woke? Is that being like half asleep?
Can I also ask Kath what pejorative means? Because I'm afraid to say I don't know.
Pejorative, well, used in a negative sense.
By the way,
used to insult.
Well done, Gatford, because the number of conversations I've been in where, like, someone said a word, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm thinking, I haven't got a clue what that means. I learnt that when I was at Three Counties with you. I learnt that. Someone said something in an interview. I don't remember what it was. I don't think it was a word. It was just they said something, and I had a really great question lined up, and I went, I'm really sorry. I don't know what that means. Could you explain that again in layman's terms? Treat me like an idiot. And I have found that is the most freeing thing I've ever learned. When someone says something I don't understand, whether a word or a sentence or a description, for me to go, I'm really sorry. Can you rephrase that? Because I don't understand what you're saying there. My God, that's freeing.
What makes you feel good is when, as Kath just demonstrated, she does know what it means, and it's okay to ask.
It's okay to ask, and anyone that my initial reaction.
And now I understand it.
My initial reaction, and I'm really working on myself, was I was going to snort with derision at you for asking, and I managed. No, I was, and I managed to hold that snort down because I thought that's a brave thing he's just done there.
But how do you think I found out what it meant? Everyone has to find out what stuff means.
You
and
made
you know what?
love to a dictionary when you were 17 years old.
But also, you know what I'm like. If something happens that I don't understand, I immediately look it up.
Yeah. Nice one, Gatford. Thank you very much indeed. Evening, Alan.
Hi, Kath.
Hello.
I'm looking forward to tomorrow because there's a new god in town.
There's a new god in town. I'm afraid, Alan, I don't know what you mean. You're going to have to tell me more.
I'm talking about Ken Jeong from The Masked Singer.
Okay.
He is a god.
What? Paul, you've never seen the guy before. He's in The Hangover. He's in Community. He's in loads of movies. He's a movie star.
I saw him in The Hangover when he was weaving his little toddler about.
And by the way, The Hangover is not a film that stands the test of time particularly well.
And I read an article about him in my phone, and I loved him all. I didn't know he was an actual doctor.
Yeah, he's a doctor. He gave up medicine to do what he's doing now. I don't need to finish that sentence, yes.
But he's still got his medical licence.
Yeah.
He'll have to fall back on his career.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this then. We are going to play famous actors / comedians who are qualified doctors. Alan, you go first.
Ken Jeong.
Okay. I will go Graham Chapman.
Harry Hill.
Whit Mail.
A doctor?
He played a doctor in The Young Ones.
Thank you very much, Alan. He didn't play a doctor in The Young Ones.
What?
Okay. Dr. Graham Garden.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. There we go. Now we got a game. Now we got a game. This is what Friday nights are about. Parlour games. I've got a great one. That's going to blow you out of the water.
Has he got to be a medical doctor?
What are you thinking?
I am thinking of...
Should I give you mine?
No.
Okay.
I'm thinking of... Are you looking on Twitter?
No.
No, it's gone. You're reading. I can see you
I'm
reading.
not reading. Well, okay. First of all, I'd like to say Dr. Phil.
But he's not a proper doctor.
Yes, he is. You can't go on telly and call yourself a doctor if you're not a doctor.
Well,
Dr. Phil's a doctor, isn't he? Dr. Pimple Popper?
She is a doctor.
Yeah.
I thought it was people that happened to be doctors before, not people that still are doctors.
He holds a doctorate in clinical psychology. Okay, here's the one. Dr. Bruce Willis. Boom.
Really?
Yes.
All right, then.
Yes,
we're doing actual doctors.
you
can have the two doctors from Botched, Dr. Dubrow and
they're
Dr.
not
Ratter.
but they're not... no, that doesn't count.
Why?
Because
They're
not
actual doctors.
Right,
If
okay.
you're having Pimple Popper, you've got to have Botched.
Let me go to my friend Keith. Good evening, Keith.
Is that me? Good evening.
Good evening. Good Abend, mein Herr.
Yeah, I've got a big question for you.
Okie dokie.
Which is...
Yes?
You know everything that you're actually talking about. Do you have any evidence? Oh, is that too difficult a question?
I tell you, it is too difficult a
I
question.
bet it is.
Because it doesn't make any sense. Ask again, but this time tell me what you're talking about, because have you got any evidence means nothing, you muppet.
Anything that you're talking about,
yes.
Do you have any evidence?
Yes, Graham Garden was a doctor. He's Dr. Graham Garden
I
from the
agree.
Goodies.
I totally agree.
Yes.
Because I was there with that man.
Okay. What have you been smoking tonight, Keith?
Only, what would you call it?
Heroin?
What are those things called? That are non...
Robots, vaping?
Yeah, a robot.
Yeah.
I've been smoking a robot.
Have you got a grown up there supervising you tonight, Keith?
I'm asking you a question.
Ask the question again. Away you go, sir.
Anything that you're talking about, do you have any evidence?
For what?
For anything that you're talking about.
In what? Hang on a sec. Give me a specific.
You're really good at backing up people like, let's say, that Prince and...
You sure you're up to this, Keith?
Yeah, I'm up for it.
Okay. I'm really good at backing up people like Prince and what? David Bowie?
No. We're talking about Prince Harry,
yes.
right?
Yes, sir.
And you were saying... Whatever you were saying.
You don't even remember, do you? It's not important in this conversation where you're challenging me about what I was saying. So carry on.
Anything that you're saying has to be challenged easily.
Well, please challenge it. You can't even remember anything. You can't remember anything I said. So you can just challenge me.
Evidence. You've got no evidence, have you?
For what?
Exactly.
Oh, that's a fair point.
You got me there, Keith. Yeah. No, I haven't got any evidence for it because it was primarily opinion based. The monologue at the start of the show.
Oh, is it opinion? It's not fact based, Ed.
Well, no, it's primarily opinion.
Oh, it's only opinion. It's not fact.
Do you know the difference between words? You know that some words mean some things and other words mean other things.
I have an intelligence IQ higher than you.
Oh, you win then.
Oh, no, mine is... what is yours? What is your IQ?
It's about 125.
Oh, mine's 126.
Excuse me, could I see the evidence?
Oh, well done.
Yeah. Where's the evidence,
I'm not seeing it now.
Where's the evidence, Keith?
Do you want to go to Mensa?
Not with you, mate. You sound like a weirdo.
Well, you sound like a weirdo yourself.
Well, you sound like a bigger weirdo.
You two really are very intelligent.
The fact is, you've got a nice little pedestal to talk from.
Yeah, it's a radio show, and you're allowed to phone up, and you are, but try and say something interesting and coherent.
Okay, give me your evidence.
For what? Tell me one thing I said that you want evidence for.
Mate, nothing that you say is evidence back.
But what you don't remember? You don't remember what I said. You don't remember what I said by your own admission, you lunatic.
A lot of what you were saying was a question, Ian.
Yes. I think Keith is fast asleep. We're talking about woke. This guy's taken some Mogadon.
I'm more woke than you, boy.
Okay, man. I tell you what, I'll say stuff, and then you keep saying you're more it than me, okay?
Okay.
Because it's a great way to insult someone. Right.
Ask the question.
Okay. Give me one example of... Tell me one thing I said that you want evidence on. It's a tough question, I know, Keith, but you did bring the subject up, so I kind of thought you might have had something prepared.
I'm just laughing at your opinion, because that's all it is.
Yeah, it's an opinion that you disagree with. Why do you disagree with it? Do you like belittling? Do you like belittling?
Giving out to
do you, Keith?
Your opinion,
yes,
which is pretty much irrelevant because everybody's got.
But yet you're But yet you're listening.
I heard you.
Okay, what's your opinion
about what?
About Harry and Meghan.
Well, about the monarchy in general.
No. About Harry and Meghan, like I asked, specifically.
Harry and Meghan. Meghan is beautiful. She's a very beautiful woman.
Ooh, that sounds sleazy coming from you. So give us an opinion that isn't sleazy.
Tell me why.
Because you sound like a very dirty man.
Really?
Yeah, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. From my pedestal, I am giving the opinion that you sound like a dirty man.
That's your opinion.
Thank you. I bet I could back it up with facts as well.
Go on.
If I came round and took a picture of you.
Go on.
So try and give us your opinion on them that isn't sleazy. What do you think about the situation?
I'm asking you to then come round and take a picture of me.
Oh, that's weird. Why would I want to come round and take a picture of you, Keith?
Because you suggested it.
Yeah, well, you went through with it. I don't want to come round and see a picture of you, take a picture of you.
That makes you a rather perverted person.
No, it doesn't. You're the one that invited me round to your house.
Pictures of
Keith,
me.
You invited me round to your house to take pictures of you. Yes, you did. You literally just did. And that's a fact. And I've got evidence to back it up. You just said it.
You want to take pictures of me.
That
makes you a rather perverted
it's like, I tell you what, it's like kicking a half-dead puppy. It's just too easy. So, Keith, try again. What's your... What is... I obviously said something that upset you. You disagreed with.
You really want to take pictures of me, yeah?
Oh.
Okay, I let the picture thing go, Keith. You're obsessed, my friend.
No. You suggested that you want to take pictures of me.
What opinion?
In my house.
Do me a favour. Put the tinny down.
Why would I do you a favour?
Put the tinny down, because you're slurring and you're embarrassing yourself.
Why would I do you a favour? Because
you're a decent human being, Keith, like we all are. So your opinion. What did I say that upset you so much, Snowflake? You're obviously upset. You're feeling a little cucked, you're melting a little bit in the heat. So what did I say, Snowflake, that triggered you?
I'm laughing at you.
But I don't hear you laughing.
Do you not?
Let me hear you laugh.
I'll see you.
You off? Is that it? Keith?
My friend.
Yes?
I want your evidence.
For what? That you're a weirdo?
You have none.
For what, Keith?
For your opinion.
You don't have evidence for opinions. They're opinions.
And your opinion is?
That you're a numpty. Thanks for your call, Keith. 0344 499 1000. There's the podcast. This is Talk Radio.
Jacked up jive talk for janitors, jazz cats, and gin-soaked boys and girls.
Is that Commando?
If you're awake, you're welcome.
I've got 5 cactus needles stuck in my...
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
I have absolutely no idea what happened in the last 20 minutes. Not a clue.
I think you got owned by Keith.
Well, Keith spanked my body. Why did he keep inviting me round to his house to take pictures of him? That was very, very peculiar. Keith walked away chuckling to himself in that silent fashion that he's famous for, thinking that he won, whatever that was. But the whole, no, I'm not, you are. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Also, does anyone fill out those Mensa tests who isn't like 12?
Yeah.
Because who needs to put a number on it?
A divorced mother... 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you're going to give us a call. A divorced mother of 4 who arranged a deadly medieval duel between her ex-husband and her lover to see which of her 2 admirers would win her hand is facing life behind bars.
Gosh.
Well, I don't know why she should go to prison for that. If they were willing to go for a duel, sometimes it's the only way to decide which lover is the best for you, is through duels.
Yeah, that or a quest.
A quest, I suppose, yeah, a quest. Or trying to guess the name of a mysterious, angry little man.
Yes, that's also a good way, yeah.
Mike Graham. It's a joke. Asta Juskowskien, 35, left her husband, Giduis, when she started seeing Mantas Kvedaras. Do you know, I probably accidentally got the intonation on the surname right there. Kvedaras. I was swallowing. After meeting the 25-year-old online following his release from prison in Lithuania. Best way to find a lover.
Fresh from the big house.
In Lithuania. So the husband, Mr. Juskauskas, was still in a physical relationship, I think we know what that means, with his ex-wife despite their divorce in December 2018. It happens. It happens. I tell you the thing I can't stop thinking about, and we can't even say it on the radio, right? It's a famous story, very famous story, and I've read it in several different books. And I think about this a lot. I think about this at least once every single day. Right? Every single day. James Taylor was married. Do you know where I'm going with this? James Taylor was married to Carly Simon.
Yeah.
Okay. And neither of them were particularly faithful. I think he was very unfaithful and was also a heroin addict.
Yeah.
Not a great basis.
Which he told her after they got married.
And they
got divorced. By getting his suitcase of stuff down.
They got divorced. And they met up in their old apartment. Do you know this story? A year after their divorce. Right? And they were just talking. It was the first time they'd spoken kind of friendly about the kids and stuff. It's still a bit, but kind of. And then she was stood there, and James Taylor looked at her and went, strip, B1TCH, strip, B. And she stood there for a second, and then she did, and they had sex. And then he went, and I don't know if they ever spoke to each other again after that. If they did, it was fleeting. And I think about that a lot. A year after they'd split up after a horrible, abusive, not necessarily, I don't think it was physically abusive, but certainly mentally abusive marriage.
Yeah, and you remember that story about she went looking for him when they were still married, looking for him, and she went to a cafe near a sort of little flat that they used to have in town. And the cafe owner said, the waiter said, you know, he's with her. They come in here a lot.
Yeah.
And she went and let herself into the apartment, and he was basically living with this other woman there.
The fact that he said to her, strip B.
And she went, fair enough.
And she did, and they had sex. I think about that every single day, that story.
Why do you think it's a hot story?
I think it's the weirdest thing. I just cannot. It's like an escape room. It's like a puzzle that I just cannot fathom. I cannot. It's like a Rubik's Cube that I can't do. Can't work out how. It just sits so weirdly. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life. Anyway, sorry.
Also, when you listen to his music, it's all really kind of nice and mild-mannered. You wouldn't think he'd have that in him.
Mr. Yuskaskus was still in a physical relationship with his ex-wife despite their divorce in December 2018. Well, Kvedaras flew to the UK just 5... Oh, OK, this has taken a turn. Just 5 days before the murder. I didn't know there was a murder, so the duel actually happened.
Right.
Holy jackamole. All right, we take back all humour. I didn't know the murder had happened, to stay at the East London home. My God. All right, we carry on. Bearing in mind, this is grim. Both men claimed her as their own. So she decided to settle the argument with a fight to the death in an alleyway in Stratford, a duel that she meticulously arranged while at home looking after her children. Then there's the horrible Kvedaras, who admitted murder, stabbed the fella, basically, a lot, and left him to die at the scene. She had conspiracy to murder and perverting the course of justice, but was today convicted of the charges following a 5-week trial. There's a bit missing out of that. She stood expressionless in the dock wearing a grey checkered dress with a white blouse collar. That's interesting to know. And as the verdict was delivered, this is written awfully. I'm having to... Oh, my gosh, look at those trousers. Can I just show you a pair of trousers? Blimey. Isn't it? It's just popped up. Patent leather leggings. My word, they're tight. Told the court that the woman, she had discussed the purpose of the fatal meeting with her friend. The purpose was for the men to settle the issue in relation to the defendant with violence, a latter-day medieval duel. It came to a head in Whalebone Lane that Monday morning. They'd met there by arrangement. Neither was anywhere near where they lived, and telephone records demonstrate there was repeated communication between them during the day before. My word. Okay, and on it goes, and on it goes. Golly gosh.
Not a massively healthy relationship.
No.
There at all.
I tell you what, guys, to settle it, whichever one of you comes back alive, that will be the one that I'm destined to be with for the rest of my life.
That would suggest she wasn't massively bothered either way.
I'll start. Blue Monday, you got me on feel. Blue Monday, you got me again. How does that song go? Do you know Blue Monday by Fats Domino?
No.
You don't know it?
No.
Blue Monday, you got me off. All right, listen, I'm going to sing it and then we'll play it after 11. We'll see how close I am to it. Blue Monday, you got me a feeling. A blue Monday, you got me alone. Well, I ain't never done nothing wrong, but I'm coming home. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, Saturday morning.
More.
Oh, Saturday morning. Well, I got no place to go. Saturday morning. Well, I got no place to go. Blue Monday, you got me all gone. That's how I think it goes. We'll hear it in a minute. We'll see how close I was. Excuse me. So I'm saying Blue Monday.
Okay. Ruby Tuesday.
Didn't New Order do Blue Monday?
Yes.
But not the same one. We won't have that.
It certainly wasn't that.
Well, we have to do 365 days, so we can do that next week. Ruby Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Is there a song called Willy Wednesday? No? Okay. Wednesday, my friend. Oh, yeah.
You can't just compose one.
You're right. It's got to be lodged at the copyright people's house. We can't go any further.
No.
We need a Wednesday song. Wednesday.
Oh, Waiting for Wednesday. Waiting for Wednesday.
You're thinking of Looking for Linda.
No, I think it was on, you know that album that everyone had, that Lisa Loeb?
Yeah. Oh, that no one listened to. They just listened to the
I think there was a track on it called Waiting for Wednesday.
Okay, let's go conclusive. Waiting for Wednesday. Here we go. She's not wrong. She could actually be right. Here we go. Okay. That's
I was the only person that listened to the rest of that album.
Waiting for... Even she didn't listen to it, I don't think.
I liked it.
Waiting for Wednesday. Okay, Thursday. 0344 499 1000. We want to do every day of the year in song form. We'll do months as well. We cannot have calendar girl because that's cheating.
You know, Thursday is old-fashioned slang for a gentleman's chap.
Is it? I didn't know that. Is that where we get the day from?
Yeah, no, it's from Thor.
Thor's
Day.
Thor's mighty hammer.
Mm-hmm.
It's a grower, not a shower. Okay. We'll wait for that. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. It's important we get this done tonight, if you don't mind, because I really want to log this with the radio people. Hey, so we won last week. A couple of weeks ago, we won the best British radio show from the British Radio Association Awards. We won Best British Radio Show 2019. Thank you very much for all the congrats. And that's great. But I don't like to mention it. I don't like to dwell on it because that feels to me, well, very 2019, very last year. Next week, is it next Tuesday? The ARIA nominations get announced.
Is that when? Oh, yeah.
And do you know where it's happening?
What, the actual awards?
No, the announcements.
No, go on.
In this very flipping building.
Really?
Our agent said, do you want to go? I went, no. Why would I want to stand in a room and then have to smile when I've been snubbed despite doing Britain's best radio show 2019? I'll be snubbed. I don't want to stand in there with those scumbags. They'll have voted by now, won't they? So I can call them scumbags.
Well, they might change their minds.
Tuesday night show, we'll call them scumbags. It's happening in this very flipping building. Of course, awards mean nothing.
Ooh.
What you got, Boyley?
How about this?
Go on.
Hang on, I'm going to change it because that's for later on. And so's that. The perfect pet, adorable robot cat. You had a robot dog, didn't you?
I had an Ibo, yeah, Raoul. It was the biggest waste of money. When I got TV money, I bought an N64 for 60 quid. This is when I'd gone from signing on and being hugely in debt. First paycheck I got was for 10 grand. And I didn't know anything about tax. Oh, so I thought I had 10 grand.
Ka-ching.
I thought I had 10 grand. And first thing I bought was a Nintendo 64 for about 60 quid. I bought a steering wheel for my PlayStation. This was like great luxury. It's like I've got 2 consoles now. Wow, I'm living the high life. And a steering wheel for the PlayStation. And then the third thing I bought, and I had to get really, really drunk to buy it, was an Ibo, a Japanese robot dog, because it cost £1,600.
Oh, yeah.
And it was rubbish. And then I sold it a few years later. I wish I kept it, actually. I sold it for a few years later for £130.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it was pony, but I wish I'd kept hold of it. And it would scare the cat. Can we do your story in a minute?
Please.
Is that right? Because we've got a couple of calls that have come in. Let's see. What do you reckon the odds are of Nigel starting this telephone call in the place in his house where he gets reception?
I would say virtually nil.
Okay, Nigel?
Well, hello, it's Mrs. Doubtfire here.
Nil for Nigel, but hi for Mrs. Doubtfire. Hello, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Hello, Catherine.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello, Mrs. Doubtfire.
I've had a few drinks tonight. I'm a bit tipsy.
Okie dokie.
Yes. Hello, Ian. How are you?
What?
Hello, Catherine.
Oh, it was you all along. What a surprise.
The hell? Who is this?
I just rang up to say hello. Well, I've been very busy this evening.
What have you been doing? I don't know if I want to know the answer to that question.
I've been doing Facebook for about 2 hours.
Okay, yeah, it's hard to finish, isn't it?
And YouTube, looking at...
Did you win?
Videos on YouTube.
Did you win?
No, I put in some of my old ones onto my Facebook for YouTube. You know. It's quite fiddly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't always send, and you have to put it in the right box. And
yeah, well, that's life.
You know, that's it. To put it in the right box.
Okay. What can we do for you, Nige?
Can you hear me properly? And I'm in the kitchen. I thought that was the best place.
We can hear you. It's the first and probably the only time we can and will ever be able to hear you properly.
But I usually do get calls by the window, and sometimes they can hear me quite clearly. It depends where you're calling from, I think.
Is it so? Is it so? Is it so?
I am. So what have you? I haven't had the radio. And what have you been talking about tonight?
We've been talking about Harry and Meghan.
Oh yes, of course. I saw her on. She was on Facebook. A few films.
That's where she is. We've been talking about being woke, and we've been asking for songs that have got days of the week in. By the way, everyone's suggesting Craig David. No, you can't have it. It can't have all the days in. We need a Thursday, Nigel.
Are they breaking up, Meghan and Guy? Are they
No, they're breaking up the royal family.
But they're not getting a divorce, are they?
They're not getting a divorce. They're moving to Canada, which some people might argue
but
is...
they're not. They're separated at the moment, and he's going to move over to Canada.
Yep, go and stand back in the kitchen, mate.
He's going to move back to Canada, is he?
Yes, yes.
He's going to go over to Canada where she doesn't want to stay in Britain, I don't think. Meghan prefers it in America, I think,
yes.
really.
Don't we all?
Being a celebrity.
Being a celebrity, yes. That's why I prefer it over there.
Yeah, you like it. Have you stayed in Hollywood very much?
I've stayed in Hollywood many, many times. I've been in a Hollywood movie.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I got up at 10 o'clock this morning and I watched Lorraine, Lorraine show.
Oh, Lorraine in Spain falls mainly on the plane.
You know, the one that talks is Scottish.
She does talk Scottish, doesn't she? And I wish she'd stop doing that because she's a Cockney.
I don't watch it very often, but it's quite a nice chat show.
She's
really,
great, Lorraine.
I was up early enough to go on this in Britain.
Nigel, anything else you want to tell us apart from just what TV programmes you watched today?
Listen, hello, Michael, my brother.
Okay,
hello.
You could phone him.
I did earlier, but he wanted me to go on the radio. That's why.
Okay, all right. But anything else you want?
Finish with a song.
You've got 60 seconds.
All right. Fly me to the moon and let me play amongst the stars.
Thank you very much, Nigel. Let's make it 5 seconds, shall we? Because I want to speak to Gary. Good evening, Gary.
Good evening. How you doing?
I'm all right, Gary. What you got for us?
Thank you. I've got 3 days of the week songs.
Whoa! We're on Thursday. You've got to have a Thursday.
No, I can do your weekend. You want me to ring you back on the weekend?
Ring us back when we need a Thursday. We can't progress. What do you think this is? Doctor Insane's in Sanatorium? What's that film? Dr. Popper's Poppatorium? What's Dr. Popper's Penguins?
Where are you coming from? Okay, I'll ring you back when Saturday comes.
Thank you very much indeed. Okay, thank you, Gary. I like that. People texting in Mondays. We don't want Mondays. Everyone texting in Fridays. We don't want Fridays. We want Thursdays. What is wrong with you people? You don't know the days of the goddamn week? You pieces of trash. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. We're looking for a Thursday song, if you would be so bold. Kath, just give us a little tease of what that story was going to be.
Robo-cats.
Robo-cats. We're going to talk about cactuses, Norwich, and all kinds of other things. This is the Late Night Alternative every weeknight from 10 with Iain and Kath on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Blue Monday, how I hate Blue Monday. Got to work like a slave all day. Here come Tuesday, oh Tuesday. I'm so tired, got no time to play. Here come Wednesday, I'm beat to my side. My gal called, got to tell her that I'm out. 'Cause Thursday is a hard working day, and Friday I'll get my pay. Saturday morning, oh Saturday morning, all my tiredness they're blown away. On my morning, in my honey, and I'm out on the stand to play. Sunday morning, my head is bad. Oh, it's worth it for the time that I've had. But I've got to get my rest, 'cause money is a man.
I'm David Babcock and I got my willy stuck in a heap.
I've got a nice little cottage. Hello.
Saturday morning, oh Saturday morning, all my tiredness they're gone away. On my morning, in my honey, and I'm out on the stamp to play. Sunday morning, my head is bad. Oh, it's worth it for the time that I've had.
Turns out I was exactly right. I sang that song. What was Fats Domino's first name?
James.
Fats.
No.
No. Antoine.
Okay.
Creole, isn't it? Creole. Started reading the book about him. I'm finding it very dry, but I want to read it. But it's a lot. The bits in biographies I always hate are the bits about the grandparents moving to America, and all of that stuff. And when they had their kids and then they met and they married, and the first 2 chapters I always find quite hard work. And this Fats Domino's book is no different. I mean, it is interesting. It's all about slavery and about Creoles, and which I didn't know anything about really, and I can't remember exactly what they are. But I just want to get into the bit where he starts making rock and roll records. That's it. That's all I want.
I'm listening to Rose McGowan's autobiography.
Oh, why would you want to listen to her? What her and Fred West got up to is disgusting. And
Rose McGowan.
Who's that?
She's the woman who blew the whistle on Weinstein.
I'm so sorry. I thought you meant Rose West.
Someone quite different.
Okay, apologies.
But she started out. She grew up in the Children of God cult.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which one's that? Is that Jonestown? No.
No, they were based out in Italy.
No, I don't think they were. I think they're based in Jonestown.
I think they have bases all over the place. But
Who? The one I'm talking about is Jonestown, hence the Jonestown Massacre.
Yeah, not the one I'm talking about.
Which one are you talking about?
Children of God.
Oh, I don't know then. Let's go to Mike. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, how are you?
Yeah. What you got for us?
I've got a Thursday song for you.
Oh, the impossible has possibly been reached. What is it, please?
Thursday's Child by David Bowie.
Sing it. Sing it. No. Is he... Mike!
Oh, man.
Outrageous scenes. Outrageous scenes.
He just dropped it and ran.
That's called dropping a Bowie. He just dropped a Bowie and ran. And that's, for those who don't know, that's when you phone up a radio station and name a David Bowie song, and then you just put the phone down.
Yeah.
I've not had someone drop a Bowie on me for about 10 years.
I thought that the days of dropping a Bowie were over.
I thought it was gone. Alan.
Hello. So Thursday's song is Jess Glynn or Glynn. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but she's got a song called Thursday.
Okay, sing it.
Version. I don't actually know it off by heart, but I recommend it. It's a good song.
Well, but can you just like sing a little bit? Why? What is the reluctance?
Well, I'm not a singer, am I? So like.
Oh, I don't know if you've noticed, but neither is Iain.
Whoa! I've just got raw talent, Alan. I've got raw talent.
Yeah, I suppose.
Oh.
Alan, why are you listening to us on a Friday, to 8 minutes past 11 on a Friday night when you could be out spending your money with your honey? What's going on?
I can't go out because about 2 months ago I had an accident at work on my knee, and so literally I can't really go out much and do anything.
What's happened on your knee?
Yeah, on my knee. I've damaged both the ligaments either side.
Oh, and let's just say, for anybody who doesn't know, an injury to the knee is more painful, it's been proven by science, more painful than a swift kick to the ghoulies and giving birth combined. The knee is more painful. If anyone has ever bashed their knee going to the toilet in the middle of the night, it's worse than having twins.
I don't know, I'm on tramadol, so...
Hey! Alan's at home having his own little party!
Now I understand why you're listening to us.
In that case, I would have thought you'd have been more than happy to sing a song.
Not really. Okay. I've been listening to you for months. I spoke to you, last year when I was, really depressed at the time. I've listened to you ever since. And,
how's that going, man? Are you feeling... obviously, the knee injury and being immobile is not great for mental health, but how is stuff going in that respect?
Yeah, it's going good. They put me on these anxiety tablets, and they really help, and I'm just a lot more happy than...
So better than you were when we spoke first time?
Yeah.
Nice one, man. Wicked. Good. Thank you, Alan. And that, just in case anyone who's listening, who because that you just went to your GP and got all that sorted, did you?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Beautiful.
I just went and just opened up to them, and they tried me on a few different tablets, and
Takes
I
a
finally
while.
found the one that works for me. So.
Takes a while. Hey, nice one, Alan. Thank you for sharing that, and I hope your knee gets sorted soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Speak to you soon, then.
Cheers, man. Thank you very much indeed. What a nice guy. I just pushed him a little bit there because so many people we talked to about this are so reluctant. I remember Alan's call, actually, are so reluctant to go to the doctors. A doctor won't want to know about that. I don't want to share how I'm feeling with the doctor. And there's a young man that did it, went and said everything. It's a little bit different because no two pills will do the same, or no pill will do the same thing for two different people. A little bit of chemistry. He sounds great. Apart from the fact he's buggered his knee.
It's one of the tricks of depression, though, isn't it, to make you think that it's not worth you going.
Let's go to Susan. Good evening, Susan.
Oh, hello. Happy New Year.
Oh.
There's a song called Funky Weekend, and it's got Monday to Friday in it.
Right. Hang on a minute. Now this is where what we need. Hang on a minute. Just stay there, Susan. I'm hoping Dave's going to come in with a Friday song, because then we can talk again about the funky weekend. Then we can talk about the weekend.
Yeah, because we're not counting all the other ones.
No. What?
We're not counting ones that have got all the days of the weekend.
No. Which is why the Happy Days theme is out.
Exactly.
Dave.
So you've had Thursday Child by Bowie, yeah?
Yes, and we've had Thursday by Jeff Glynn.
Yeah.
We need a Friday.
Jeff
Glynn.
Jess.
Friday on.
Hang on a minute, Dave. Catherine's arguing with me. Jeff Glynn.
Not Jeff Glynn.
Jeff Glynn, the world's strongest man from ELO. Yes, Dave.
Friday on My Mind by the Easy Beats.
Monday morning feels so bad. Everybody's. Oh, I did. Sorry. I committed the crime. I did a cath. Let me try again.
Don't call it a cath. It's not just me that does it.
Monday morning feels so bad.
Oh, good. That's
everybody seems to drag me down. Coming Tuesday, I feel better. Even my old man looks good. Wednesday goes too slow. Thursday just don't go. I've got Friday on my mind. Rum bum 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 bum. And a bad for baby.
You did this, Dave.
Be with my girl, she's so pretty. And I got tonight. She looks out of sight tonight.
Okay.
Tonight.
Okay.
I'll spend my bread tonight. I started way too high tonight.
Very good.
I lose my head tonight.
Okay.
I got to get tonight.
That'll do.
Monday I've got Friday on my mind. Dum 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 dum.
All right. Come on, no. The end. No dugger-duggers.
Did the Easy Beats, Dave, have any other good songs?
No, not that I've ever heard.
Thank God for that, otherwise he'd sing a lot.
Because their brother was... their brothers were the two guys from AC/DC, Angus and Malcolm Young.
Whoa. Hey, hang on, well, you're saying that the AC/DC were in the Easy Beats?
No, their brother, who's called George, I think.
He became a roofer. One of them became a roofer.
Yeah, he was in the Easy Beats, and then,
Their brothers became AC/DC?
Yeah, Malcolm Young and...
All right,
Angus,
well, then we have a new... Gary's phoning in. Then we have a new... Stay there, Susan. Then we have a new phone in. And I don't know how to word it. What was that sigh for, Catherine? I would have thought you would have applauded creativity.
Well, let's hear it.
Okay. People that were in a band, but then their brothers or sisters, I'm woke, were in a more successful band after.
Oh.
That's a good phone-in.
Wasn't,
Here we go.
Steve Winwood was in a band with his brother... is it Mutt Winwood?
Muff Winwood was his brother.
Muck Winwood?
Mutt, I was going to say.
Mutt. You're thinking of Mutt Lang.
Exactly.
Married to Shania Twain.
Then Steve Winwood went off and beed in Steve Winwood, didn't he, by himself, and did a lot better.
No, Muff Winwood produced a lot of Elton John's early albums.
Yeah, so that doesn't count. They were in a band together, and then he left and went in another band. No. Was someone...
He was more successful on his own.
No, exactly the scenario that Dave described. Someone was in a band, the Easy Beats, but then his two brothers went and formed a more successful band, AC/DC, which is also slang for being bisexual.
I know that.
I don't understand alternating current, that's why. As opposed to direct current, so it should just be AC, which that's air conditioning, which has got nothing to do with that. Dave, can you think of any examples?
Just thinking off the top of my head.
I mean, it's tempting to say the Beddingfields.
They weren't in a band together, were they?
It doesn't have to be a band.
Oh, right, okay, I see. I'm not going to join in then, because what it is this is a competition I can't win.
Please let Dave speak. I'm really interested to hear Dave's... Hang on, Dave, shut up. I'm really interested to hear Dave's input into this, Catherine, and you speaking over him is actually... Go
on.
Vaginistic. What's the opposite of misogynistic?
It would be a...
Fanwy.
No, wait.
Wait. Unbelievable. There it is in all its glory.
It would be
Anthropomorphic. Anyway, it was rude.
Misanthropic. Misandry.
No, that's what... No. That's what people had to call Julie Andrews on the set of Mary Poppins. Miss Andrew. Yes, Dave.
God.
Yeah. Ronnie Wood was in a band with his brother Art Wood called the Art Woods, and he obviously became one.
Dave,
but that's,
I don't know if you've listened to the setup that you invented. Was Ronnie Wood's brother in a more successful band than him after the Art Woods?
No, but Art Wood's brother Ron was in a more.
But Ron was in the Art Woods.
I know.
Right. God, this guy's going to get a thick
No,
ear.
I think I just invented a game that only one answer. There's only one answer to, but.
It's a Google whack by definition. Anything else?
A Saturday song or
not from no because hang on a minute, Susan, stay there. We're going to do the weekend in a minute. But hang on, I think Gary, did you have a Saturday song?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a weekend song, but you haven't done Friday yet.
We've just done Friday on My Mind.
Okay, so can I give you my weekend song?
Well, hang on a minute. Is it the whole weekend or is it Saturday?
I got both, Saturday and Sunday.
Well, Dave, hang on a minute, Dave. The phones aren't really up to this. Dave, stay there. Because, if I remember correctly, Susan, you had a weekend song.
Yes, well, it's Funky Weekend, and I'm not a good singer. It goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. What have we got? Funky Weekend. You've probably got it on. You'd probably be able to get that music. It's proper 70s disco music.
Gary, do you know it?
I know it. I'm back from that era, but I can't sing it. I'm so deaf, so not. But I do.
It's always played when I went to Tiffany's.
Okay, Tiffany's.
Tiffany's in Dunstable.
Yeah, in Ilford.
Whoa! Oh, Ilford. No,
I'm older probably than you anyway. This was in the in the 70s.
I'm 55.
Oh yeah, I was 16 and 24. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
Do you two want to swap phone numbers?
No. I want to give my weekend song before you forget about me.
All right. I'm not. I would never forget about you, Gary. And Dave, I've not. And Dan and Hope. No. So, Gary, your weekend song to go along with Funky Weekend.
I've got two. Okay. One is Saturday Love by Shirelle. I don't know if you remember that one.
Shirelle?
Saturday Love.
Shirelle, yes.
Isn't that one of those ones that goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, love?
That's the James Whale jingle.
2.5.
Called James Whale's show on Talkspot Radio. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. On medium wave. All right, yes.
And the Sunday one you've never heard of. It's a reggae tune. It's called Sunday's Coming by a guy called Autumn Ellis.
Oh, straight away, I can't sing it. No, I can't sing it. Okay, I don't know if not for racial reasons, but I don't know if I can allow reggae into this because reggae is awful.
Reggae's not awful. Depends what you mean by reggae. Reggae is an umbrella. There's different types of reggae.
What's the guy's name? Autumn Music.
Studio One. Autumn Ellis.
Autumn Ellis. Let's have a little. Let's have a little listen. Let's have a little. And it's called Sunday Shake.
Sunday's Coming.
Sunday's Coming. Okay, Sunday's Coming. Yeah. I'm afraid, mate. Oh, here we go. Alton Ellis. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Let's have a little listen. Let's have a little listen. Let's have a little listen. Do you know it, Susan?
Unless I hear it, because I might be able to. When I hear it, I might have remembered it, but. What year was this out?
Oh, I like it.
Sunday's coming.
Go on, Susan, sing it.
I don't know it. What year did it?
What year was this, Gary?
What year did you say? What did you say?
What year was this, Gary?
This would have been late 60s.
No, I probably wouldn't have remembered that. I would have been a lot younger child, you know.
It's not really my vibe, but we're listen.
It's not reggae. It's called Rocksteady.
Oh.
Hang on a minute, Gary. You miscategorised it as reggae yourself.
No, everybody does it. Bob Marley is reggae, so if you listen to Bob Marley music, that's classified as reggae. That, what you just heard, was before Bob Marley.
Okay.
So that was late 60s. That was what we call...
Well, you wouldn't call that... You call that rocksteady. You wouldn't call that ska.
No. That is what you call rocksteady. Ska music, I'm trying to...
Ellen?
Ska's a bit faster than that, isn't it?
Could you look up the artist of Funky Weekend?
Mellow tune.
Hang on a minute. Susan's got help there. Susan, who's helping you?
I was just going to ask my husband if he could...
Alan?
Because I can't remember the group who sung Funky Weekend.
Is your husband called Alan?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, we're getting a real insight into it. Sorry, Gary, she's married. I felt the vibe earlier, but she's...
You can cut me off anytime you want.
All right, I'll cut you off now, mate. Thank you. There we go. That's lovely. Thank you very much, Gary. Dave is back in the fold. Good evening, Dave.
Good evening.
Not quite sure why I kept you on, actually.
Maybe I've had a Saturday song, possibly, but I've got a Sunday.
We've got a Sunday song. Here's the thing. Right now, we've got problems.
We've got a Monday song.
No, hang on. We haven't done the weekend properly. We've got Sunday's coming, and we've got Funky Weekend, but we haven't got a Saturday song.
We know a Saturday song.
Yep. Saturday Gigs by Mott the Hoople.
Hang on a minute. Susan's...
Thinking out loud.
Sorry,
Saturday's Gig?
Saturday Gigs by Mott the Hoople.
Oh, I know that song. That's a good song, that. All right, hang on. Susan.
Yeah, I'm just looking up to see who sung that, what group it was.
Okay, do you want some thinking time? Let's give you 30 seconds thinking time. This is just for Susan. Nobody else is allowed to think. Here we go. Kath, stop thinking.
Can't.
Dave, stop thinking.
Not difficult.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's it. I thought it was. I tell you who they are.
Stop the clock.
Yeah, Stylistics sung it.
Oh, thank goodness we got that sorted.
Susan, you're a good egg, and so is Alan. Thank you very much for your time.
All right,
Take care. Bye-bye. I like that. Dave, we can take a Monday song from you. We're into week 2 of the year now, so we are... Hang on a minute, I need to get my diary.
Have you had a Sunday song?
Yes, mate, we just had Alton Ellis.
Well, that was Funky Weekend or whatever it was.
No. There we see Dave's true colours. He's a racialist. No. Sunday's...
All right, Manic Monday by the Bangles.
Okay, so this is now Monday. Hang on a minute. Let's get the dates right. So we're going to start from Monday the 6th of January. Let me write these down. Right. So that when I look back at this diary, I'll go, what the hell? So Monday is the 6th. It's Blue Monday. Then we've got Ruby. I can just write the word above it. Ruby. Then we've got Waiting. Are you snoring? Are you asleep? Dave, are you asleep?
No.
Thursday. Then we've got Thursday's Child. Oh, just put there, Child. Then we've got Friday on My Mind. We're going to complete the whole diary by 1 o'clock. And if not, when we're locking the door and what's his face ain't coming in. Saturday Gigs. And we've got Sunday's Coming. That's the 12th. And then for that weekend, we've got Funky Weekend. Okay, so now we're on Monday. That's okay, we got there. You enjoying this, Kath?
No.
Okay. Did we do the quarter-past break? No? Okay, fine. Leave it to me. So Monday... What did you say, David?
Manic Monday by the Bangles.
Manic Monday. Dave, thank you for your contribution.
Eddie Tarr.
You can start thinking. Eddie Tarr, did he say? Eddie Tarr? Who's that? This is Talk Radio.
The wild man of late night radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Okay, this is... we're talking about it afterwards. We're very disappointed in your attitude towards this. So...
mine?
We're doing Days of the Week songs. So we're on Tuesday again now.
Again?
Yes.
I thought
we're going the whole year.
Oh, no, come on.
We're only on Tuesday the 14th of January.
That's too much, and we've only got an hour and a half left.
Well, Martin was just have to wait. And we're doing months.
Oh.
But you can't do Calendar Girl because that has got all of them in.
Well, what about January, February by Barbara Dixon?
January, February, won't you come around? You walk through the door, hanging on my no more. See, I need more of that than you thought I did.
You didn't.
I did. Oh, you sing it.
January,
Don't copy me.
February, won't you come around? At least I'm not making it up. You just make it up.
You walk through the door.
No.
And you won't...
It's not you walk through the door. There's no walking through doors.
What's her name? Is it Barbara Dixon?
Yeah.
Barbara Dixon. Right.
Something about...
Are you sure?
Both feet on the ground. But there's no walking through the door.
Are you sure you want me to do this?
Yeah.
You sure you want me to do this?
Yeah.
Because I will do this without...
Do this.
Okie dokie, here we go.
Let's talk about...
Are you doing this?
Well, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Here we go, we're doing it. Here it comes. Be within a second, Hope. And Dan. Being as silky as this.
She's so good, isn't she?
She's great. It's another legend in the charts. Here we go. Get ready, guys. Here we go, guys. 2, 3, 4.
I don't understand.
Hang on a second, though.
February.
She says February.
Yeah.
It's the only time I've ever heard another human being say February right. Hang on. There we go.
January, February, I don't understand why it is you say you leave and then you turn around. You won't settle down. You got both feet.
That's what I sang. Pretty much. It's the tune. I sang the tune, and you said that was wrong as well. You said the whole thing was wrong.
Okay.
You said the whole thing was wrong.
Okay, yeah, that's
so
what I
was
said.
right.
That's what I said,
That's
yeah.
what you said.
Yeah, you're right.
There's a... Hang on.
January, February, I don't understand why it is you say you leave and then you turn around. You won't settle down.
No, it's pretty close.
No.
Pretty close.
Okay.
Good evening. Can we speak to our callers, please, instead of having petty arguments? Good evening, Hope. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
So my boyfriend, he's a pretty avid listener of yours, and he's actually stuck in hospital. He's really unwell right now.
Oh, he's not the fella that hurt his back, is he?
No, he has actually really injured his back. Did he ring earlier?
No, did he tweet? Someone tweeted.
Lewis. Yes, yes.
Is it Lewis?
Yeah, he's really, really sick.
I mean, how sick? Is he gonna die?
He's not gonna die.
Okay, good.
It's
Because I was going to tweet to him. And then I thought, I don't know him. I think he's tweeted us a few times. But I was going to tweet to him, come on, man up, pull your socks up, and stop being a snowflake. And then I thought better of it.
No, do it. Love it.
Shall I do it?
Right,
hang on a minute. Let me find the tweet where he did it, and I'll turn to man up. What did he do?
So a while ago, he really injured his back. We've been trying for ages to kind of get something done about it. And this morning, he woke up throwing up everywhere, screaming and crying in pain. We got to the doctors, and it looks like he's got an infection in his spine, and the discs have slipped.
I've just tweeted him man up snowflake.
Yeah.
If you look at the picture he sent, the positioning of the wet paper towels on his head.
It's like a dick on his head.
It looks like he's got a dick on his head. Have you seen the picture, Kath? I'm going to retweet it.
I didn't think that. I just thought, poor lad.
I'm going to retweet it. And then there's this white column sticking up behind him, but it looks like he's got a willy on his head.
As soon as he said it to me, I literally just said to him, "You look like you got a knob on your head."
Oh, I'm glad we're all laughing, Hope, even though he's in very serious pain.
Yeah, no, he'll love it. Honestly, he loves it. Like laughing about these things.
He looks like it from that picture. He looks so happy to be there in that picture.
Very, very happy.
What can we do to help, Hope?
I think he'll just love it if it's a kind of, this kind of banter, get better soon, those tweets and things like that.
All right.
But I also do have a couple of songs for you.
Okay. Listen, while Lewis is away, Hope's going to play all over the shop and she's going to join in. Well, we need a Tuesday song.
I've got a Tuesday song for you.
Here we go. Go on.
It's a Bowling for Soup song. It's called Cold Shower Tuesdays.
And who's that by?
Bowling for Soup.
Bowling for Soup?
Yeah.
That's a band?
Stupid name.
That's a great name. Okay, so Cold Shower Tuesday. Have you got... You wouldn't have a Wednesday song up your sleeve, would you?
I don't think so, no.
In that case, Hope, we have to say goodnight. Send our love to Lewis, and it's nice to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you too. I'll send him my love.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Paul, have you seen the picture?
No,
I've just retweeted it. It does look... I'm so pleased she said that. It does.
Oh, right, now I can see it.
Here we go. Some people just don't understand... Oh, here we go. Fake Sheila says, the whole flipping year, I thought it was Monday to Sunday songs, then January to December.
Tell me about it, Sheila.
Was waiting to call in during autumn. Okay, well, we're in January. That picture of Lewis, though.
Can't unsee it now.
Also, it's Glumface as well. Tell people what Glumface is. We never really made as much of that as we should have done a few years ago.
Glumface, right? Generally, in local papers, you'll see it. People complaining about something, and what they do to illustrate the article is get them to go out to, I don't know, the park where there's a lot of dog poo, and they get them to sort of point at the poo or whatever the problem is and do a face, Glumface. They do a kind of...
It's not like looking really upset. It's certainly not looking happy. It's just looking a bit glum.
Yeah.
You know, or quite often it'll be a paving slab that an old lady's tripped over, and you'll have like her son stood there pointing at it, looking at the camera, going... It's like it's a frown. Imagine instead of the smile, you turn it upside down.
Like
Glumface.
Like you can't imagine a broken paving slab, so they have to show it you.
Yeah.
The pointing is generally involved as well. I do enjoy that.
Yeah. Let's go to Dan. Good evening, Dan.
Hi, good evening.
Hello, Dan. You're sounding very sparky. I'm guessing you've not got a spinal infection.
No. Congratulations to you and Catherine for your award.
Best British radio show of 2019. But we don't like harping on about it. That was last year. Let's see then when we get nominated next week for the Arias. The Arias, I believe they're called. I'm looking forward to being nominated and winning that.
I rang up previously, last year now, when I was talking about doing a Play Your Cards Right and This Is Your Life.
Oh, yes, I remember you!
Oh, Dan! Catherine, please, remind everybody. Oh, Dan!
Dan was organising a bit of fun for Christmas, weren't you, Dan?
Yeah, I did. It went really, really well. But also, Catherine, you talked about It Ain't Half Hot, Mum. And you reckon that they wouldn't understand it or remember it. I took that information you gave me and played that at the end to help it work. So with your advice, it made it work better.
Oh. So for those of you, for Christmas Day, you were hosting Christmas Day, and you were going to do a Play Your Cards Right kind of...
the questions were jokes as opposed to proper questions.
Right. And then you were going to do a weird This Is Your Life that was transphobic. If I remembered that right?
Well, you took it as that, but it wasn't really.
Okay. And
weren't you going to, roast a teenager?
Oh, steady.
My sister's husband.
And how did it go? Because it could have gone pear-shaped.
It went really, really well. Everyone appreciated it.
Well, Danny,
but weren't you going to say something about one of the teenage kids?
I can bring one back to you if you want.
Yeah, go on.
So one was Charlotte. This guy has two daughters.
Here we go. This is it.
And her name is Charlotte. She's 17. She's very slight. And this was to say, and Charlotte was to say, in her words, she said, soon I'll be able to scrum down with you. And then I reiterated to say, this is Charlotte, your other daughter, or should I say, Adam. Yes, 80% through transitioning so far. So strong, she'll be able to crush a grape. Loves hardcore rugby and games, and has entered as a fighter in the, I forgot what it's called, the cage fighting in Oldham. One of them anyway.
And that got a big laugh, did it?
Oh, yeah. But I mean...
Everything I know is wrong.
I went on talk radio and that you told me I was a homophobe and a racist.
I don't think I said you were homophobic and racist. I think I said it's transphobic. I don't know if I...
What was the 8 half hot mum thing about?
So my brother goes to India for business quite a few times a year. And so it was to suggest... So he had a line saying, Land of Hope and Glory, Master of the Sea. Now, in the programme, It Ain't Half Hot Mum, at the end of each episode would be an Indian man saying those words, and the Sergeant Major would shout, "Shut up!"
Okay, yeah.
And so when he said, I warned my brother earlier on that night, saying I was going to shout at him and he's not to react, just in case it was to go pear-shaped. And so when he said the line, I then told him to shut up. People didn't understand what was going on. I finished off the piece by calling him Mahatma Gandhi, and then played the video, which had that at the end of it as too.
Gosh.
Anyway, I've got something else to share with you.
Please do, Dan.
I have entered my first YouTube clip, and I'd love you to take a look at it.
Do you know what? I wouldn't normally, but there's something about you, baby, I like. What do I type in to find it?
Okay, so type in Star Wars.
Okay, going to need a little bit more than that.
Yeah, A New Hope.
Yep.
And then It's a Cracker. So Star Wars, A New Hope, It's a Cracker.
Okay, all right. Let's have a little look at this. So this
the premise of it is...
Oh, I got it. Dan, it's had 6 views. That we're going to play it. Is there any swearing in it?
There's no swearing.
All right, we're going to play it now. Here we go. It's a homemade cracker that says pull slowly, pulling slowly. Oh.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, it's a period of civil war. Rebel spaceships striking from a hidden base have won their first victory against the great galactic empire.
First problem is, the writing on this is crazy. I don't understand it. But also, you said the Great Galactic Empire, and on there it says Evil Galactic Empire. It's real bugbear of mine. It happens a lot in video games when the subtitles don't match the words that are being spoken. It's just a bugbear of mine. It's just a thing. We carry on.
Battle. Rebel Rollsby spies managed to steal secret.
I can't work out the writing on this. Can you see?
Is it in Comic Sans?
No, it's the way it's written in reverse.
With enough power to destroy an entire planet.
Only another 60 seconds to go, guys.
Pursued by the Empire's sinister agents, Princess Amanda races home aboard her Starship Bradley. Custodian of the planet, plans that can save her people and restore
no idea what I'm watching here.
To the galaxy.
I'm expecting.
Stay with it.
I'm expecting a huge payoff, Dan. As are my listeners.
£5.
It is.
On your birthday.
Oh, and then a fiver comes out. Two fivers come out. Are there 3 fivers come out?
So the premise is then
4 fivers come out. 4 fivers came out.
So the premise is it's my sister's birthday in January, and I wanted to get her an adult colouring book, which I thought would be really nice for her. But she texted me back saying she wanted 20 quid for some shoes to go towards some shoes. I was a bit annoyed about that, but then I thought, well, how can I give her 20 quid but make it a bit more exciting? And that's what I did.
Dan, thank you very much indeed. I have to be honest, the excitement didn't carry over onto the wireless.
Maybe if it had been your 20 quid, you'd have been excited.
Thank you very much. This is Talk Radio.
Experience the unconventional.
Evening, boss.
The unpredictable.
What's happening?
And the completely unorthodox.
Exactly.
With rule-free Iain Lee. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
I've got no internet for the last 4 days.
On Talk Radio.
03444991000. Someone's just tweeted me a video of Eamon Holmes giving birth to a swan. I don't want to see that. That's not pleasant. We don't need that. But thank you very much indeed. We are up to Wednesday, the 15th of January. We're looking for a song for Wednesday. It's not pleasant, is it? I don't need to see that. But thank you,
and
Matt.
What is the difference between an easy peeler and a tangerine?
Okay. Are people phoning up with jokes now? Because that's not... I don't think I gave that... okay. I
don't know why they're not Googling this thing.
I don't know. What is the difference between an easy peeler and a tangerine?
No, they're the same thing, aren't they?
Well, I always think tangerines and satsumas and mandarins are the same thing. Baby oranges.
Oh, no, an orange is a bit difficult to peel, though, isn't it?
No, you get your mum to do it. It's not if you're an adult. When you're a kid, it is, and you would get mum to do it. But she would just take the top half off. I'm salivating now, and then you just nosh away at it. And just nosh. Yeah.
No, that's not the way to eat it.
Get your face all over it, your nose, your chin, your teeth, your tongue.
Gosh, what a delightful idea.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I've got no comeback from that, really.
Okay.
There's nothing you can do with it.
Okay. Anything else, Matt?
Sandra,
Probably not, but he's going to keep fishing around in his head, see if he can find something.
What's your favourite melon? Dahlia?
No.
Honeydew?
Yeah.
Guadeloupe.
Cantaloupe, you mean?
No, I mean Guadeloupe.
Cantaloupe, I think.
I think I know. I think I know what melon I like. I like the ones from Guadeloupe.
What about a watermelon, or is that a waste of time?
I don't really like watermelon.
All right, let's bring on the old British spud then. What's the best baking potato?
Why? What? I don't really do. For 2020, I've decided I'm not going to do bests and favourites anymore.
Oh, okay.
Not going to do bests and favourites. Don't think there's any need. I don't think it adds anything because it's all subjective and people go, well, no, you got it wrong. Well, I didn't get it wrong. I got it right. For me.
I think he's just trying to make conversation.
You don't need to, Matt.
Well, I think Kath's right.
But Matt,
I'm trying to push you for a spud answer.
But Matt, you don't need to.
There's a difference between a jacket potato and a roast potato, isn't there, for your Sunday roast?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, what's your perfect spud? Or you've got those
a big one for the jacket potato and a slightly smaller one for the roast potato.
Oh, what do they call those other ones?
Maris Piper for the roasties. Then, are you happy now? Maris Piper for the roasties. Are you happy?
Mary Piper.
Mary Piper.
Mary Piper. A dolphin potato.
Okay. Is this going to go anywhere, or are we just going to get your druggy ramblings?
No. It's just spud you like. Do you know what I mean?
Spudulica. Okay, Matt.
Love you lot.
Thank you very much indeed. I despair sometimes.
You just wanted a bit of your time, that's all.
I absolutely despair. Wednesday. Whoa, Wednesday. Oh, yeah. I'm actually writing a great song in my head now, but it's too late for this.
No.
It goes like this. Whoa, Wednesday, oh yeah, didn't make Wednesday.
Wednesday? Did you rhyme Wednesday with Wednesday?
I got it. Whoa, Wednesday, oh yeah, we're celebrating Men's Day. We're gonna make a Men's Day, oh yeah, when I tell you that I love you. I'm walking down the street and I am smiling at all the children I meet. I'm spreading love in the air, 'cause baby, I just don't care because it's Wednesday. Oh yeah, we're gonna make it Men's Day. We'll celebrate a Men's Day. Because I love you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. Just a little song. Did that guy really say Mary Piper?
Yeah, like it's French.
Well, what's a buku?
Buku.
A buku.
It's actually, if you separate it out. Do you want the actual answer?
I tell you why. Let me tell you why I want
was about to give you a sensible answer, and I thought, he doesn't care.
Let me tell you why. I have been listening to a Beatles podcast, and it references a song and an album by Ringo Starr. I'd like to play you a bit, then when we get to the phrase, can we whack this up a little bit, please, Em? It's a bit quiet.
I left Louisiana.
This is his country and western album from 1970.
To go out
and when we get to the chorus, I want you to tell me what the chorus means.
This land to see me the world. I left my
his voice suits country music, actually.
Gave it a whirl, but now here I stand alongside the road with holes in my soul, in my shoes, and bukus of blues.
Bukus of blues.
Yeah, well, beaucoup in French is a lot, isn't it? Of course.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking,
You
Catherine.
know, you speak that much French, don't you?
No.
Like merci beaucoup.
You're so condescending. So condescending.
Everyone knows merci beaucoup.
I'd forgotten. I hadn't made the connection. If I'm completely honest, I hadn't. Did we do the 22 break? We did. Damn.
Don't get furious with me and
I'm
go to a
getting
break.
furious with Amy. That's why I'm getting furious with Amy's fault. So beaucoup means lots of.
Yeah.
So beaucoup, that doesn't mean anything. Beaucoup, you wouldn't say beaucoup.
He's just rhyming it for blues.
Beaucoup are blues. So lots of. So let me listen to that now. I know what it means. Hang on a second. Let's just.
With holes in my soul in my shoes.
Holes in the soul in my shoes. And lots of blues. Okay, well, here we go. That doesn't feature Wednesday. What song? What news have you brought to the party today?
Do you want me to do that Robo account?
Oh, that was an hour and 50 minutes ago.
I know, but I've still got it. I've still got it to tell you about.
Yes, mate. Please do.
Don't buy one though. No, you're not doing that anymore, are you?
I'm not buying any stuff. I'm just buying things. And I was looking at the best of Erasure yesterday. And I thought,
no, have a look. If you fancy some of that,
need it.
Put YouTube on.
Put YouTube on. I don't need it. I'm not buying stuff. I'm buying things. I haven't bought a latte for weeks, and I would buy at least one every single day. That's what's that? £3? Sometimes 2. So that's for 3 weeks. 15, 30, 45. Let's add a little bit more on there. I've saved 60 quid.
Yeah.
On lattes. What?
Milk. It's a lot of milk.
It's a lot of milk. That is nuts. My sister says milk.
Does she?
Yeah, she does. So I'm going to go back to saying milk.
You say what you want.
Oh, thank you. I will. I'll tell you all about you behind your back.
Oh, but it will make me laugh.
Okay.
Milk.
Milk, lemonade.
Round the corner, chocolate's made.
Oh, Catherine!
What? Elephant Robotics claims that the robot, dubbed Mars Cat, is the world's first bionic pet cat that's fully autonomous. The robot can respond to touch, hear voices, see faces, and even play with toys, according to its designers. Well, they would say that, wouldn't they?
They always say that until you get it, and you go, oh, playing with its toys means it, looks at a toy.
On its Kickstarter page, Elephant Robotics explained, Mars Cat is a good companion. It is fully responsive and interactive. It can play with you or your toys because it can feel, hear, and see.
And make love!
No, what? Touch its head, chin or back to find out what it will react.
What is this, a man?
It can also interact with objects or people nearby, even play with real cats. Oh, hang on a minute. The robot is powered by powerful quad-core Raspberry Pi, meaning it can be programmed for different uses, whether it's education, research, or simply as a pet. That bit was not written by the people for whom English is obviously not a first language. That was written by the person writing for the Mirror.
That bit was obviously not written by the people for whom English is not a first language. That bit was obviously not written for people
by people for whom English is not a first language.
Oh, I think you don't want to hear that sentence back.
My friend, it was perfect.
So someone behind me? Oh, me!
While you may worry that the robot cat would be identical to others, users can choose several personalisations to make the robot their own. Elephant Robotics explained.
So it's an elephant?
No, it's made by a company called Elephant Robotics.
Called Catty Robotics.
Well, maybe they started with elephants and worked down.
One of my kittens, Patty, there's some Tom Dickery going on in the kitchen, and I was just ignoring it. There's a lot of running about, and I just thought they were playing. And then she came in, followed by her brother. She's 4 months old, with a mouse in her mouth. A second one. Now, she's either got it from in the house. I don't think she has. I think Mucky, the older cat, brings the mice in and leaves them, and then Patty grabs it. And she makes this like a growl, like the dog in Tom and Jerry. She's tiny, makes this noise. And then I saw it was in her mouth. I'm thinking, oh, I was horrified. And then the mouse is twitching in her mouth. I'm going, oh, geez, it's alive. So then I grabbed her, I wrapped her tea towel around her, and I took her out into the garden, but they're not allowed out in the garden yet, so I've got to hold her, and I'm trying to prise her jaw open. With dogs, if you just push the side of the jaw, it opens their mouth. Obviously, a finger up the bum does it. I'm not doing that on her. Not after last time. But it wouldn't open. I don't think it quite works like that with cats. Different mechanism. So I couldn't get it. So in the end, 5 minutes, I had to grab her under my arm, get the tea towel, grab the mouse, yank it out of her body, and her teeth are in it. Flesh was ripped. And I had to toss it off, and then I had to go toss it off onto the tea towel onto the grass. Then I had to go. It was disgusting. It was disgusting.
Do you think do you think she's not good at finishing mice off because she was taken away from her mum too soon?
No.
Okay.
The cats don't generally get the mice to eat or to kill them. They get them to play with them. And then they get bored. That's why it's what it's all about. Velvet was such a great mouser. She was a great mouser. Robot elephants.
Elephant Robotics explained Mars Cat is unique from its eyes, body to personality. Mars Cat has 6 characters which can be changed. She may be enthusiastic or aloof, energetic or lazy, social or shy. Her personality develops through the way you pet her. Unfortunately, says the Mirror, the robot cat isn't cheap, with prices starting at £534.
That's quite cheap.
Yeah, I was going to say $699.
Where do I buy it from? Let me have a look at it. What's it called? Robot Cat?
It's a Kickstarter at the moment.
All right, guys. So someone's had an idea.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Sometimes I really wonder why. Oh, it looks rubbish. Sometimes it's not even got any fur on it. Sometimes I wonder why I do this job. And as this next call was hoiked up on my screen by the excellent Amy, who I thought you were rude to earlier on when you said that she'd made you angry.
What? When?
Earlier on, a few minutes ago.
Did I?
One of us did.
No.
One of us did.
Ian did.
Maybe I don't remember the specifics.
But it was my fault, was
Someone did. Let's just not dwell on it. I just think you owe her an apology. When this next name was written up on the screen, I just sighed and thought, oh, God, what is the point? So we go to Poet Monkey.
That was nice. Just going to say, Just Wednesday by the Inspiral Carpet for your Wednesday.
You haven't got a Thursday as well, have you?
No.
Why are you called Poet Monkey?
Because I'm a gorilla poet.
Oh.
Okay, I see what you've done there.
But they're apes, not monkeys.
But this one's, it's to do with being a monkey.
Go on, let's hear it then. Let's hear your monkey poem.
Well, which one? I've written hundreds.
Okay, let's pick number...
Your best one.
62.
They're all the best ones.
Okay.
Do you want a poem? Do you want a poem?
I don't... This is the only time in my career I ever have and I ever will say this. Yes, I would like to hear a poem written by someone who is not a professional poet read out on my radio show. Away you go.
Okay, it's called What the Moon Saw. I kiss your neck as you gaze at the stars, standing here like Venus and Mars. So you're just insulting me.
No,
now.
I know. I know the tune. I know the tune to this one. I may not
know the poem. Do
I
you?
don't know the words, but I know the tune. It goes da 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 da.
Word.
Da 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 da. Okay, away you go. It's about gays looking at the moon.
I didn't phone to give you.
No, I know. I'm teasing. Go on. I'm sorry. Go on. I'm hearing about gays looking at the stars.
But you obviously gave us your pseudonym because you wanted us to know you were a poet. So don't be surprised if we ask.
That's what I run under, poet monkey.
No, you don't. When you go to the DSS and sign on, you don't say Poet Monkey.
I don't sign on.
All right. When you go to the doctors to get your pills, you don't go. They go, Poet Monkey, room number 4, please. They go, Steve Jones. Right. Do your poem about gays looking at stars.
I don't want to do the poem.
All right, thank you very much indeed.
Don't come on boasting about being a poet monkey. It's like me being called Footballer Jim and you saying, what football do you play? Me going, oh, why are you asking me about that?
You, Mr. Linton, you're so close. So close to getting a ban. So close. Cats, he says. Evil, selfish, sinister creatures. I can't understand why anyone would want to live with one. I don't want to live with one. I want to live with 4 because they're better than humans. You're telling me it's a full moon tonight?
Yes, a wolf moon.
So that, named after, of course, Wolf from Gladiators. So that would explain some of the peculiarities that we are getting from, I would say, a good 70% of the callers.
Yeah.
There's definitely a vibe about the callers.
There's a full moon type feeling about this whole
Tonight.
thing.
Here's the lesson I learnt yesterday. Don't stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning playing Saboteur, the old ZX Spectrum game, online. Because I just woke up with the worst. I was in bed till 2 o'clock today because I was up till 4 playing Saboteur. And let's be honest, a lousy game. But you were watching me play it. You played it as a kid, and so you could tell me where I had to go.
I remembered it.
You said, you got to go down and find a train.
Yeah.
And I did.
There were 2 trains.
You didn't remember the second train.
I did.
You told me where the disc was that I had to collect.
Yeah. And there is a helicopter up the top.
But I had to blow the place up. I'm not doing it tonight because I've got to go and pick the boys tomorrow. Not quite as early as I thought, but I've got to pick the boys up. But because I think we were quite close to finishing it.
Yeah, because I think I'd finished it, so it can't have been
I think
hard.
we're close. So I think maybe Sunday night.
There might be levels. I think there are levels.
Sunday night, I'm going to complete Saboteur. That's what we're going to do. The switchboard's empty. Now's a great time to give us a call. 0344 499 1000, the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Monday morning feels so bad. Everybody seems to nag me. Coming Tuesday, I feel better. Even my old man looks good. Wednesday just don't go. Thursday goes too slow. I've got Friday on my mind. Gonna have fun in the city. Be with my girl, she's so pretty. She's always said to me, I spend my bread, I lose my head, I've got to get tonight. Monday I have Friday on my mind.
Why does life be so unfair?
To the 5-day drag once more. Wow! There was nothing else that bugs me more than working for the rich man. Hey, I changed that scene one day. Today I might be mad. Tomorrow I'll be glad. 'Cause I'll have Friday on my mind. Gonna have fun in the city. She's so pretty. She looks fine tonight. She's always said to me, tonight I spend my bread. Tonight I lose my head. Tonight I've got to get tonight. Monday I have Friday on my mind. See my baby sing. See my baby sing.
Last hour of the week for us. Here we go. One more time. 0344 499 1000. Anything goes, guys. Put the heating up if you're feeling cold. Catherine, my treat. New year, new heat. Here we go. Let's go to our friend Mark. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening to you both.
Good evening, Mark. What can we do for you on this holy full moon Saturday night morning?
That was a pretty groovy tune, wasn't it?
Thanks very much indeed. I wrote it myself.
It's very good.
Why am I echoing?
I have echoing? I don't know. I'll turn that down. Hang on.
No,
I have a Wednesday for you.
Hang on a minute. Echoing? I don't know. Let me turn this down. It's almost as if you knew.
I'm in the car, sorry.
We're not on a Wednesday. We need a Thursday. We've just had...
The Wednesday you had wasn't very good.
Well, listen, mate, Mark, I'll be honest. None of them have been. We ran out of ideas on day 3. But we can't...
It was a bit of a flake.
We can't... Don't tell us what it is. We're not allowed to hear it. We need... We're now on Thursday the 16th of January. Janvier, as they say en français. So we need a Thursday. Can you think of any Thursday songs?
I had a really good Wednesday.
You said it wasn't very good.
No, I said the previous one wasn't very good.
Oh, blimey. Well, we've got just Wednesday. We can't go... We cannot... You can go... we can't go back.
Go forward a week.
No, we can't. We've got to do it in order. What kind of madness is it? I want my diary to be properly organised.
Okay. Well, you're there. You can score out a day. You can score out Wednesday.
I'll score out your nose in a minute with my fist. Kath, you talk to this guy. He's getting me furious.
I don't know whether I can. I don't understand your logic.
Michael Jackson's Thriller. The video version.
Explain yourself, boy.
The video version.
Explain.
See you next Wednesday.
Goodbye. Goodbye. What is it? What is the video version? The video version of the song? No. Goodbye. Goodbye. I'm not having any of those chances getting involved.
No, mate.
I'm not having any. Ben Champness is posted a picture of his cat Penny Lane. Oh man, have you seen that? That's a beautiful. I've just liked it. That is a beautiful cat. Look at this. This is against the evil Andy Linton, who's going around saying cats are disgusting.
How dare you?
Look at that. Look at Penny Lane. What a beauty. I love it. The nose, the line from the nose is a line right down the middle, black one side, kind of a gingery brown on the other side. That's a beautiful cat, huh? Not as beautiful as any of my four or your cat, Catherine, but that's not...
But you have to be kind, don't you? It's like when other people show you their babies.
Go on. I love having my cats. I love it, I love it, I love it. It's the best. It's the best thing. And one of them, lucky, is I don't think is very well. There's a little bit of blood in her stool. I'm having to check her stools. A little bit of blood. She's being very... something happened to her when she got locked in Betty's shed. Something happened. She's not been the same since. Been very affectionate, which is unlike her. She's borderline feral and doesn't want to go out now.
Yeah, nervous when normally she's got swagger.
Something has happened and we just don't know what it is until we find a way of communicating. Didn't someone... This is going to sound crazy, right? I thought someone had invented a machine that allowed you to communicate with cats.
Yeah.
They had, hadn't
It was
they?
like a collar, wasn't it?
Go on.
I seem to remember a collar with a rudimentary screen.
And it would translate what they were saying.
What they were saying.
There was, wasn't there?
Yeah. But I don't know whether it's true. How do you prove whether it's true or not?
Well, if it says hungry and you feed it and it doesn't eat...
My cat will eat if it's hungry or not.
Yeah, but mine won't eat if they're not hungry. Mine will not eat if they're not hungry. They will leave well alone. We need to bring back that technology of communicating with cats.
Wasn't it by the Tamagotchi people? Or am I imagining that? I've got a story about Robin.
From Batman?
Yeah, Burt Ward.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Do you want to hear
The
it?
swinger. He was a swinger, wasn't he? Very much into his sexual orgies.
Okay, well, here's something.
Very much enjoyed orgies, sexual parties with lots of different partners. He wrote...
You know what an orgy is?
Okay, well, just want to really hammer the image home.
Sexy party.
Robin romping, roughly, in a room with Randy
Revellers.
There we go. Thank you very much indeed.
For baby boomers, says page 6, New York Post.
The NYP.
For baby boomers and classic TV fans, the name Burt Ward is instantly recognisable as the loyal and extremely excitable Robin on the campy Batman series, which ran on ABC from 66 to 68. Just this week, he happily unveiled a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
What colour was it?
Oh, come on.
Knowing him.
Which he called an amazing experience.
There we go.
The Cape Crusaders costumes were bright and tight-fitting, to say the least. So snug that Ward incurred the wrath of the Catholic League of Decency.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They thought that Robin had a very large bulge for television, Ward told Page 6. Although he promises that it was all him, unlike Adam West, who played Batman.
Oh.
This sounds a bit like a tall tale or a long story.
Yes, a long story short, yes.
With Adam, they put Turkish towels in his undershorts, he explained.
What's a Turkish towel?
I'm guessing like a hand towel that you'd use, in Turkish barbers.
Oh, okay. Oh, so a flannel?
A flannel.
Yeah, okay.
The problem grew so tumescent that the studio had Ward see a doctor who prescribed medication, he says, to shrink me up.
I've heard this story before.
Have you?
Yeah, from him. So
Yeah,
it's
it's like, it's a kind of humble brag,
what
isn't it?
medication would there be to shrink up a man's...
Yeah, I can't imagine it's something that the science has had to work very hard for, because there's a lot of there's a clamour for it.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Ward quit taking the pills almost immediately, almost as if it never happened. Holy bullshine, Batman.
You just pull it through. Wouldn't you? If you wanted to hide it. Like,
Tucking.
Yeah, you tuck it, yeah.
You can't run about, though, if you're tucking, can you?
Oh, this is what the
drag queens do,
Drag queens do. They're all over the shop.
They do, actually. You're right,
Yeah.
those drops.
Yeah.
I took them for 3 days and then I decided they can probably keep me from having children, he said. I stopped doing that and I just used my cape to cover it. Despite starring in the #1 rated show at the tender age of 20, Ward swears he didn't spend his evenings getting hit on by ardent admirers. You must understand, I never smoked, drank or did drugs, so I never went to a bar in my entire life, the dynamic duo member explained.
The dynamic duo member said. So
Yeah.
the dynamic singleton.
It's not to say I didn't go out and have a good time, but I never went out and did what you think Hollywood celebrities do. I was a straight-A student at UCLA. In fact, the dean at UCLA was upset with me when I left in my 3rd year to do Robin, because she said I could have been a nucleus physicist. He's such a...
nucleus physicist,
Yes,
gosh.
I was in the top 3% in the United States in science and math.
They say that over there.
Despite not receiving any money from the TV show in decades, Ward isn't bitter, explaining he was never in it for the money. Instead, he and his 3rd wife, Tracy, devote themselves to charity. My wife and I run the largest giant dog rescue charity in the world. Has to be a big dog, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Ward says proudly. 15,500 dogs would be dead if it weren't for my wife, Tracy, and I. At all times, we have a minimum of 50 dogs at our house with us. We make our dog food, he continued. We discovered a way to double and triple the lifespan of dogs. He's a bit of an exaggerator, isn't he?
I think Robin might be a liar.
Our food is in all the stores across America. It's called Gentle Giants, and we don't take a penny from it.
And it makes dogs last at least twice as long.
3 times.
Wowzers, I mean, gosh. Here's something. How old is Stormzy?
I reckon he's probably about 34.
26.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that right? Can you just double check that? Because I'm getting this from the Mail Online, and we know that their sentences are often incorrect. I would have thought he was in his 30s.
Right. He's 26.
What a
Born in
world.
1993.
He's a baby. He's a baby.
God, I was virtually grown up in 1993.
Peter Andre has been mirthlessly mocked. Have you seen this?
No.
So, Stormzy's having a fight with someone. He's got beef with a guy called Wiley.
Yeah, oh yeah, I have seen this.
Peter Andre has been mirthlessly mocked by grime fans for bizarrely wading in on rappers Wiley and Stormzy's bitter feud. The two stars have been feuding since New Year's Day. Gosh, that feud is now on its 11th day, guys. When Wiley, 40, locked horns with Stormzy, 26, and criticised him for collaborating with Ed Sheeran shortly before they dragged their respective families into the row. Andre, the mysterious girl hitmaker, 46, is the same age as me. I've got no idea what's going on. I don't know what's up or down anymore.
Yeah.
Penned, it's on Twitter. If you don't like each other, take it to each other. Don't bring each other's families into it, man. Come on, you both know that ain't right. You're both incredible artists.
Wow.
That's not a bad impression.
Keeping your family out of it. That's interesting.
Peter, who is not typically synonymous with the music genre, or just music, stunned fans when he released the message. He tweeted it.
Released the message.
In which he appeared to tag the wrong accounts for the stars.
Oh dear.
Yet soon corrected the apparent mistake. We've all done that. We've all tagged the wrong person. Sharing the Mail Online's article on Instagram while adding the caption, "Oh, shoot, I asked for that. Don't mind me, guys. That was pre-coffee yesterday. The reason it tags wrong on Twitter is because I link it from my Instagram, which uses the correct tags. I deserved it. I got battered. I'll stick to singing under a waterfall. Yes, yes, yes." Fans of the rappers wrote, "Peter Andre getting involved in the Wiley and Stormzy beef has finished me off." Gosh. This someone's mum 3 times, Peter Andre appears in the mirror. That's a good line. That's a good line.
Come on, guys.
2020 has peaked 10 days in. Wiley and Stormzy falling out. For some reason, Andre gets involved, telling 2 fake accounts to calm down. Twitter at its best. Peter Andre believing he can be the one to squash grime beef is the level of confidence I aspire to reach. I think Peter Andre is the man to stop world hunger and bushfires. He could bring peace to Palestine and Israel. Well, this is very funny. Underneath the message, other fans continued. An example of weird stuff that happened in 2020. Peter Andre gets involved in a grime feud. Without the love, support and strength from our mums, we wouldn't be who we are. I'd be raging and raring to go if anyone ever disrespected my beautiful mum. Come on, guys, there's nobody more important in your life.
Also, don't say that on Twitter. That's like saying, so, come and have a pop at my mum.
Oh dear, it comes after Stormzy called Wiley's sister a little B1TCH.
Oh, come on now.
And referred to his mother as a sex worker, beginning with the letter W. H-O-R-E.
And he's 46, this fella.
No, Stormzy said this about...
No.
Stormzy.
Oh, come on, Stormzy.
Stormzy.
I'm going to get involved now. Come on.
Oh, there we go. Stormzy is now hit... Comes after Stormzy is now hit back at Wiley after he dropped a second track called Idiot Skengman, where he threatens to rip Stormzy's mum's weave off her head.
Oh, you don't touch a woman's weave.
And still disappointed, Stormzy claims Wiley's mother was forced to move to Cyprus after her house was shot at. He raps, I'm a real G and your dad's a witness. Boyd, your bro and your sister begged it. I told that little B, don't ask for pictures. Witness. Why you like to talk about mum so much? Where's yours? Wiley, you should have been the one... I believe this is still in the pop song. Wiley, you should have been the one to guide, but since you want to diss my mum so much, let's talk about why you moved your mum to Cyprus. That poor little woman was scared in the house because you put her life in danger. You... Since shots fly through your window, you couldn't be the one to save her, you...
You can't rhyme the same words twice. No,
he also called Wiley's mother a sex worker, saying, all because her son was fraud, can't handle this, so she handles... My word. Oh, I'm going to mime this out. All because her son was fraud, can't handle this, so she handles like I handle the war. Stormzy ended the track with, you F-boy, let me know how you want to die.
Wow.
24 hours to reply.
Gosh, Stormzy, what's going on there?
It comes after Wiley's most recent track, where he mentioned Stormzy's mother calling her a D-head.
Oh, my God.
I need to get into, like, a battle like this with, like, Mike Graham or someone. And we need something like this.
Oh, no, don't be slating his mum.
In Idiot Skengman, Wiley spits, no disrespect, bruv, your mum's a D-head. If I see your mum down Croydon Market, I'm going to rip that weave off her head. Again, the rhyming...
Head and head,
you can't do that.
Guys, no.
He then addresses Stormzy's father, who was absent during the Vossi Bop hitmaker's childhood, and blasts, I've done more for you than your dad has. Wiley names-checks Stormzy's ex-girlfriend, Maya Jama, for a second time in the track after mentioning Maya on his first diss track, Idiot Skeng... Oh, so there's Idiot Skengman, and then there's Idiot Skengman 2.
Okay,
and
back in the habit.
Go beat your jaws on tour, but Michael, Maya's not yours anymore. Oh, okay. This story goes on. Gareth, stay there, we'll come to you in a minute.
This is brutal.
One fan commented on Twitter, Wiley mentioned Stormzy's mum way too much. I can feel it. Stormzy is gonna metaphorically murder Wiley. I can feel it. Golly gosh, what a...
Do you think that these two in real life are like WhatsApping each other and going, right, what are you going to say next? Right, yeah, go on, do the mum thing again.
Stormzy raps, I came to your show and moved to your brother in front of your dad. Your old man just stood there peed, drunk. I said, Pops, why you look so sad? Then you brought me out on stage right after, you effing pee.
Oh.
This is incredible, absolutely incredible scenes.
Whatever happened to a dance-off instead of all this unpleasantness?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Go on.
As things got heated, Wiley then suggested he and Stormzy should meet up and record a song together to resolve their differences. I think we may have just... Let me remove this hook on the inside of my mouth. I believe I've just been reeled in.
There was a WhatsApp.
Replying, bro, we can link up and talk. I will never shy away from a reasoning. However, Stormzy rejected his offer and claimed Wiley's not relevant anymore. Shut up, man. No one wants to link you dinosaur lol. This is, it goes on and on. You are, okay, that's the longest story I've ever... God, what a world.
This is like Rooney and Vardy all over again.
Absolutely, well, I enjoyed that. Gareth, stay there, we'll come to you in a second. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Experience the unconventional.
Hello.
The unpredictable.
Don't you think that's a bit weird?
And the completely unorthodox.
It was my birthday.
With rule-free Iain Lee.
I was just trying to generate a bit of content.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
Hate alarm clock. Hate going to work.
On Talk Radio.
Gosh, what a show. 0344 499 1000. Let's go to Gareth. Good evening, Gareth.
Hello, Ian. Now, I was just listening to something about Stormzy. And isn't that the synopsis of Great Expectations? Because I've got a problem with you.
So much information to process. I've not read Great Expectations. It looks boring. Kath?
Do you mean that song you were talking about last night that you were so furious about?
Great Expectations, the song by Kiss.
Oh, the song by Kiss. I was this Muppet again. This guy doesn't know the good Kiss songs from bad Kiss songs.
Well, the thing is, it wasn't 80s Kiss. It was from 1976. Now, if you want 80s Kiss...
No, I asked if the song that you... Be quiet! Be quiet! I asked if the song you were talking about... I know where Great Expectations comes from. It comes from Destroyer, their masterpiece. Yeah. I asked if the song that you were talking about was 80s Kiss, and you said no, 70s Kiss.
No, it wasn't.
90s Kiss. 90s Kiss. Is it off of the Carnival of Souls album?
Yes, it really is. I love you so much.
I know it. The album where they tried to go like dark Metallica.
Metallica.
Yeah, they tried to, and then they abandoned it just before they finished it so they could go and do the reunion tour.
Yeah, Psycho Circus.
Yeah, I know, which is an awful album.
It really is.
Yeah, there we go. We've made peace. So Stormzy and me, I'm Stormzy because I'm young and vibrant. You're the other fella because you're old and past it.
I'm 34, you cheeky bugger.
Exactly. So we have made peace. And if you and if an intelligent guy and a dimwit can make peace like this, then anybody can, Gareth.
Well, I love you anyway. Ian, can I tell you why I love you?
Go on. I'm joking. You know I'm joking. Go on.
I phoned up a couple of years ago in a very bad place when I was playing darts. I don't know if you remember.
Go on, say that again, Gareth. I was making a cheap joke.
I was in a very bad place.
Yeah.
And I was close to the edge.
Yeah.
And I discussed darts with my elderly parents, and you're a cracking fella.
Okay, bless you. Whereabouts?
And you listen to me.
Well, how you doing now? Is everything all right apart from your awful taste in music?
Well, I was into Reason to Live.
The Matt Haig thing?
No, Reason to Live.
Oh,
Kiss.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a massive Kiss fan. But you know, honestly, Ian, listening to you at night...
Yeah.
It's a help. Because I know there's people worse off than me sometimes when I listen, you know.
Hang on a minute. Let's see if we can...
I remember you, Gareth. I remember. Because you were talking about you live in somewhere that's very, very small.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Hang on a minute. All right, hang on a minute. Well, I would just like to blow this gentleman's mind, but it's going to take me a few minutes. You talk to Gareth while I try and find something, please, Catherine.
Okay. So, Gareth.
Hello. Why are you laughing?
Because it was like an awkward date. So, Gareth.
Hello.
Apart from Kiss, what are you into? What are your big passions in life?
This might be it. Hang on.
I wanted sex.
No, that wasn't it. No,
that's not it.
You carry on.
It's not sex. It's essentially rugby and cricket. I'm a massive cricket fan.
There we go. I found it.
Hi, I'm Gene Simmons.
And I'm Paul Stanley, and we are part of KISS. And you make sure you tune into Iain Lee's new late night show.
Oh, my God.
Yes, son!
My appendage is hard listening to that.
Hard fingers.
Love gun.
You know, I've met Gene. I didn't like him. I've met Paul. I liked him. I've seen them do secret gigs. I have met Bruce Coolidge.
The Bare Naked Ladies, and I love it when Stephen Page turns up.
Stephen Page. When the Bare Naked Ladies were over in April, I'm slightly
I saw them when I was
reluctant
13 in Manchester. My sister was in Manchester University at the time.
What a band! What a band!
Oh, the greatest tune of all. Maybe You Should Drive is one of the greatest albums ever made.
It's one of their least favourite albums. Stephen Page loves it. The other one hates it because they were going to. They tried to. The producer was trying to make Stephen Page the voice of the band, so everyone else was a bit what, and they struggled with the album. But I love that record.
Oh, Her Life in a Nutshell is such a great single.
Oh yes.
The one that gets me is. Everything Old is New Again. Do you know that one?
Everything old is new.
Oh, I tell you what, we're going to take a break in a minute. We're going to play that song because that is a beautiful song.
It's a big T. It's a tune with a big T in it.
There we go. And just again, in case you missed it.
Stick a pencil out there.
Wrong one.
Hi, I'm Gene Simmons.
And I'm Paul Stanley, and we are part of KISS. And you make sure you tune into Iain Lee's new late night show.
That's what I'm talking about. That. And actually, let me play the whole bit because this is from another radio station, so I've cut a little bit off the end. Here we go. This is what it used to say.
Hi, I'm Gene Simmons.
And I'm Paul Stanley, and we are part of KISS. And you make sure you tune into Iain Lee's new late night show.
Every night, 11:30 till 1 a.m. on Absolute Radio.
Have you read Paul Stanley's book?
Please speak to Catherine. She's read it more recently than I.
I've got an audio book. I just love how he buries everybody. I mean, I got my Jack Russell staring at me now. But if I was like Eric Carr, who died of cancer, I wouldn't be accused of being a drug addict like he did in the book. That was crazy.
Yeah. These rock and rollers. Gareth, nice to talk to you, my friend, and I'm glad you're in a better place.
Thank you very much. And I'll send you a picture of my dog who's staring at me now.
Thank you very much. It's exactly what I want for Christmas. This is Talk Radio.
The radio show for people who know the best part of the day is the night.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
sleep and let all my nightmares repeat. All across the world.
What a song.
People going
What a song.
mad.
We hug and we kiss, we sit and make lists. I love it. What's great is whenever Stephen Page comes in as well, he always says, what songs do you want? And he's one of those people, you can throw any of his back catalogue, anything, and he'll sit there and go, what is that? And he'll set that. Last time he came in, or first time he came in, I asked for The Ninjas, which is like this kind of little throwaway song from the kids' album. But me and my boys were really into it. I said, The Ninjas? And he went, and I said, if it's too tricky, he said, no, it's in there somewhere. It's in there somewhere. And he's playing it, and he couldn't find the right chord. And then suddenly it clicked, and he played it. And then Kevin and Craig joined in on the guitar, and they'd never played it before. They joined in. Amazing.
He's such a nice fella.
Such a nice fella. Let's go to Iain. Good evening, Iain.
Hello, Iain, and hello, Kath.
Hey, Iain.
What can we do for you this evening?
Well, I've got a Friday song.
Oh, man, we're on Thursday.
Oh, you are? Do you know, I've been trying since you did Wednesday. I've been trying to get through, and I had Wednesday week by the Undertones, and I think there's a Wednesday week by Elvis Costello. Anyway,
we need a
Thursday. On Thursday.
Well, we're on. I don't want to turn away. I don't want to turn away a fan.
It's after midnight.
But we can't.
Okay, it's fine. I just wanted to say, if I can,
tell us your Friday song. Tell us your Friday song.
It's Friday I'm in Love by The Cure.
All right, I'm doing it. It's in there, but we have to go. Okay, we need a Thursday song. We also now need a Saturday song.
I just want to say before I go.
Yeah, go on.
Right, very quickly. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. I was terrified before I came on air because I have got a stammer. I mean, I'm doing it now because I've mentioned it. But I was scared of coming on. But I'm quite proud of myself because I haven't stammered as badly as I thought I would. So
no. You haven't stammered at all, apart from when you said stammer.
Yeah, it's quite ironic, really, that I'm on Talk Radio.
Is it? But, you mentioned. Honestly, I wouldn't have noticed. Yeah. But then you stammered when you said stammer. Is that because you were thinking about the stammer, so you stammered?
Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't that funny? Well, have you? I'm assuming you've either been taught or learnt tricks to help you get round it.
Yes, I have. Yeah, I mean, when I was a teenager, I had speech therapy. But that, I'm showing my age now, but that was in the mid-70s. Gosh. But I'm a musician, and I love to sing. You probably know that a lot of people who stammer, do you know the story about what's his name who did Where Do You Go To My Love?
Peter Sarsdit?
Yeah.
No, I don't know the story about him.
Sorry?
I don't know the story about him. Go on.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, I'll try and keep it short as I can. Back in 1969, when he had that massive hit with that song, okay, I found out many years... I mean, he had a minor hit after that, but I found out many, many years later from a documentary that I saw on TV, and he said that one of the reasons why his career in pop music was cut short is because at the time of his number one hit, he struggled to do interviews, and so because his stammer was so bad. So it's such a shame that because if you didn't know that he stammered, if you can't tell when you hear somebody sing, whether they stammer when they talk.
So we haven't spoken before then?
No, absolutely not. To be honest, I've only started. I'll be honest. I've only started listening to DAB radio just about 2 months ago.
That's all right.
And obviously, flicking through all the stations, I've come across your, talk radio, and yeah.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm not doing this to patronise you. I'm just wondering if your perception of how your speech is coming out is different to mine, with 1 being really bad, stammering really badly, and 10 being flawless. Where would you rate your speech during this conversation?
One being really, really good.
One is stammering a lot, and 10 is absolutely smooth and flawless.
Oh my goodness! I would say about 6.
thought you'd say that. I'd say I put it as an 8 or 9.
Yeah.
There's been hardly any, except when we've been talking specifically about the stammering, because I guess it brings it to the forefront of your mind.
If you hadn't have mentioned it,
Yeah.
because I stammer when I'm thinking, I reach for words. So if you hadn't have mentioned it, I wouldn't have noticed.
Do you know what, Kath? People still say that to me when they first meet me, and I mention it to them, and because I worry when I first talk to new people, I'm worried about how if they'll judge me, because let's face it, some people have some, but I mean we can get judged for about the way we look,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's always good to hear when someone says, if I didn't tell them about my stammer, they wouldn't know. But because I'm aware of it and I'm conscious about it, sometimes I try too hard. If I'm really, really nervous, I try hard not to stammer, and sometimes it depends on what words I'm saying. But
But that's
I was trying to say. But, I have done acting before, and I love performing. I've been a musician for many years. I've played drums in bands. I still do, and I love singing. And a lot of people don't see many singing drummers. So it's always
the drummer from a band that didn't particularly affect me, but I know a lot of people are upset. The drummer from Rush has died tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if that means
didn't know
anything to
that.
you. The drummer from Rush. You don't get many singers, and I suppose you don't sing when you stammer. I was going to suggest you could do My Generation. That's the only stammering song. You know what? You know the reason that Roger Daltrey stammers in My Generation, Catherine?
No.
Sorry. It's supposed to represent the stammering you get if you take too many pills.
Oh, right.
You kind of become...
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what that's supposed to be. That's what the stammer in that is, because it's supposed to be mods taking too many pills. Ian, it's been nice talking to you. I hope this brings you the confidence that you deserve, because you're an interesting guy. I like talking. You're better than some of the weirdos we get on here.
Oh, that's good, yeah. Thanks. Because I was just going to say I've done some acting in the past, so I mean, improvisation, this is what it's like. I was terrified tonight before you actually rang, while I was waiting, you know.
I bet.
But yeah, I mean, if you don't mind, perhaps maybe I'll ring again sometime.
No thanks. No, thank you. No. Of course you can. Of course you can. It's been nice talking to you, man. I look forward to speaking to you again.
Okay, then. Well, thanks very much for both of you for giving me the opportunity, and I hope there are other stammerers lists out there who hopefully will have the.
We've had a couple. We've had a couple come on in the past.
You have? Oh, right.
Yeah, we had a couple. We've got a guy called Jerry who's got Parkinson's as well, and his speech on a bad day can be awful. But we found out that, again, if he sings it, we can sometimes understand better. Singing is obviously a different process to speaking.
Do you know what else I find really interesting about stammering? That men are more likely to stammer than women.
Oh, yeah, it's...
yes, absolutely.
It can start in boys sort of around 8, 9, 10, and it's a lot more common. It's peculiar, it's fascinating. I know a couple of the boys' friends that have had that. Ian, nice to talk to you, and I look forward to the next call.
And okay. Thanks, Ian and Kath, and keep up the good work. Okay.
I will keep up the good work. I'll have a word with Catherine about her.
Come on.
Thank you. But we do that. This is one of the few the only show I know. For example, Jerry gets turned away elsewhere. And we've had a few stammerers and a few people with, well, I guess what you would call speech defects, This is one of the few shows where we ain't got nowhere to go. We'll sit and spend a bit of time. Honestly, I wouldn't have noticed that Ian had a stammer. But we are able to spend a bit of time with people who are perhaps not very confident speakers for whatever reason and try and hammer it out. And if for a while we're getting nowhere, we can always say, look, do you want to try again tomorrow? Maybe you feel a little bit better. We're not going to turn people away. Not going to turn people away because we have to make a little effort to understand what they're saying. About God, we've got to make effort with everyone that calls in on this show. A little bit windy. Do you want to throw to the break?
Let's have a break.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
Rattling along at a right old pace tonight. I've got Martin Kellner's up at 1 o'clock. I don't think I'm doing any streaming. We'll do some streaming Sunday night when I take the boys back. We'll go back and maybe do Saboteur or maybe a bit of Call of Duty.
Bit of COD.
Bit of COD more. I'm enjoying that game a lot. Good evening, Miles.
I want to another song with a parrot.
Oh, Miles, we can't hear you very well. Could you go and stand on a box?
It's probably because I'm not sitting. I'm lying down instead of sitting up.
Oh, is it one of those? The liar downer.
I went to bed and I've woken back up again. Sorry.
Oh, mate, I'm so sorry. Go
on. Stammer songs. I could think of another one, the Will Smith song, Boom Boom Shake the Room, where he does a stammering.
Yeah, he does.
Does he do a stammer?
I get nervous and start to stutter.
Oh, okay. So I'm not including stutter rap in that because that's silly. I'm not including that because that's silly. But yeah.
Can I give you a Thursday then instead?
Yeah, go on. Oh, well, no, hang on. Do we need a Thursday? Yeah. We need a Thursday. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Thursday's Child by Tanita Tikaram.
Oh.
That's the only one I can think of, but.
Thursday's Child by Tanita Tikaram. Dude, it's in there. Do you know what? I'm not even gonna check it because otherwise it ruins our
it's real.
flow. Okay, well then we're on a Saturday. Thank you, Miles.
All right, thanks.
Have a good night. There we go.
I miss her. What's happened to her?
Well, there's a good
tradition of love and hate,
sitting by the fireside. But she went on the march one day with Samira.
Did she?
Yeah, she did. Yes,
that's incredible.
Yeah, she did. She's still around, Tanita Tikaram. Her brother was an actor, wasn't he? The Buddha of Suburbia.
Yeah, is he called Rafe Tikaram? Or am I confusing him with?
Was he not called TikTok?
Come on.
Please say it. Say the full name.
What? Tikaram.
TikTok Tikaram. Come on, that feels that's satisfying, right? Tony. Okay. Tony.
Ramon
Tikaram. Well, there's a good tradition of love and hate.
I used to find her a bit off-putting when I was a kid because she closed her eyes and sort of and her eyes wobbled about underneath her eyelids.
She was
emoting. But I was a kid and I was used to
with that.
pop singers dancing about, and so I found it off-putting. But now I get it. Concentration.
Yeah. Where is she? I guess she's still performing. I guess she's still touring and probably releasing albums on her own website. Downloads.
Last release 22nd of January 2016.
So there you go. 3 years with your new TT release.
You certainly are.
Look forward. I for one would look forward to it. Have you got the Norwich story? Do you want to do Norwich?
Let's do the Norwich story. East Anglia, says the Sun.
East Glandley.
East Danglia.
Oh, okay.
Web users shocked after Norwich tourism site accidentally redirects them to hardcore porn sites.
You don't really hear, and I feel bad for this, you don't really hear about softcore porn anymore. Softcore porn was...
just boobs.
It was, you didn't see any genitals, you certainly didn't see any penetration, and you didn't see any genitals whatsoever, and it was just boobs, and they were quite often, they were either hardcore films that had been cut, so they would cut out all of the genitals, so you'd be watching it and it'd be like, what? Or sometimes they would they would just film softcore films, and it used to be all you could buy. Does it seem funny? It used to be all you could legally buy in this country was softcore films, and you had to go to the dodgy shops to buy the hardcore stuff, to see the genitals, which it seems insane to me. And now, of course, no one would even know. Now it's not even hardcore porn, it's just porn, because softcore porn, I'm sure if you went to Pornhub and typed it in, it would pop up. But softcore porn is just like, why? You know, why? It's a funny old world, isn't it?
Yeah, you're reminding me of a documentary I watched about, and I can't remember her name. It's just completely gone out of my head. But a pornographic actress from, I'm going to say, the 60s.
Oh, I know someone who worked on that. Millie Mills, Mrs. Mills.
Yeah, Mills. Is it? Wasn't Elizabeth, was it?
Rebecca Mills, Elizabeth Mills is Mills. I know exactly who it is. She was Britain's kind of first porn star.
Yes.
I know someone who worked with her, I think, actually.
Mary Millington.
Mary Millington.
It's an incredible documentary.
Yeah, it's great.
Incredible. So she starts out if I remember rightly, she starts out doing that thing where you're not allowed to move and all that business, and then she ended up in porn films, and then she opened her own shop, and she was selling illegal porn.
Yeah.
And the cops kept busting her for it, and she got fed up of it.
Didn't she die? Drugs?
She killed herself.
Yeah.
Such a shame. It's but what an incredible woman.
Yeah.
And an incredible story. I've got to watch that again because it was such an interesting story. Anyway, so yeah, nothing to do with this. A tourism webpage to promote Norwich directed visitors to a hardcore porn site. Taxpayer-funded visitnorwich.co.uk, which of course nobody is now trying to access, mistakenly linked its blog on pancakes to a kinky sex advice site.
Someone sent me a gif of what looks like you dying on a hospital bed, but actually it's the woman that played the president in Battlestar Galactica, which does look a lot like you.
Visitors wanting to browse menus from mobile caterer Christoph's Crepes were instead sent to Christoph's, a website with graphic images of sex and threesomes.
Oh, no.
It offers advice on spicing up sex lives and appears to be aimed at men. One diner was shocked by the link as he sought somewhere to eat in the Norfolk City. Home, of course, of East Anglian TV comedy character Alan Partridge.
That's irrelevant to this.
I know, but they've thrown it in so they can put a picture of Alan Partridge in there. The man said, "I couldn't believe it. My eyes almost popped out of my head. I was expecting to see plenty of bananas and cream, but only as part of the pancake menu."
That's unpleasant.
Christoph's Crepes boss, Chris Smith, says, "We apologise if this caused any offence. We knew nothing about it."
Yes, you did.
The pancake page containing the link had yesterday been removed. Visit Norwich, which is partly funded by Norwich City Council, failed to respond to requests for comment. Its directors...
They were too busy.
Hang on. Its directors include the Dean of Norwich Cathedral, the Very Reverend Jane Hedges. The City Council insisted it had nothing to do with the website.
Deary me. It could be ISIS. We were talking about that off air, weren't we?
Yeah, didn't they disrupt a bus timetable website?
Bus timetable in Plymouth, they closed it down and they linked like a
Holiday
B&B
cottages
to porno or something.
Something like that.
That was it. That was the best they could do.
This'll show them.
I'm tired. Let's go to June. Good evening, June.
Evening, Ian. Evening, Kath.
Hey, June.
Evening, June. What you got for us?
For you.
Oh, sorry?
I've got a Saturday.
Okay, we want a Saturday, yes.
Yeah, Saturday Night by Wigfield.
Da-dee-da-da-da.
Saturday night. Yeah.
And
Yes.
Sunday Girl by Blondie.
I know a girl on a lonely street.
That's the one.
Okay. Now we're back to you don't know any Mondays. Oh, Monday, Mamas and the Papas.
Oh. Yeah, I was just about to say.
No, you weren't. Well, you were not just Don't give me that. You were not, because you said Sunday Girl in a downwards way, which indicated your sentence had ended and you run out of ideas. I said like so.
I didn't know whether you'd take 3 off me.
You give me as many as you want, girl.
We're in the dying moments of this whole thing.
Who cares? Have you got a Tuesday?
I haven't got a Tuesday, no, but I've got a Wednesday.
We can't take it. We cannot. Unless find a Tuesday. Is there not a song, Catherine? Could you Google a song called... Did we do Tuesday's Girl? We did Wednesday's Girl. Look for Tuesday's Girl.
We did Thursday's Child.
Maybe I'm thinking of Tuesday Weld, who's an actress. Yeah. Tuesday's Girl. Do you know how to use Google? You type something in.
There's no song.
Right, okay. Tuesday's Cat.
What?
Tuesday's Cat. I'm just remembering something.
Tuesday's Dead. Cat Stevens.
There we go. Tuesday's Dead. Do you know that one? How does that one go? Tuesday's... how does that one go? That's a great one as well. Tuesday's Dead. It's not quite... Hang on a minute. Let me just play Tuesday's Dead by Cat Stevens. It goes a little bit like... Here we go. There we go. There we go, June. And what was your Wednesday?
Oh, it was Matt Monroe, Wednesday's Child.
Wednesday's Child. A lot of songs about children of the week. June, thank you very much indeed.
Well, it's that rhyme, isn't it?
Speaking of Matt, this isn't our good friend Matt Monroe Jr., is it, Matt?
It's not, I'm afraid, Ian, no.
Never mind, Matt. I like the cut of your jib. I'm hoping you've got a Thursday for us.
Oh, mate, no, I'm good, right? I've rung out something totally different, mate.
Oh, go on, mate, go on.
You just, I've by the way, right, since the Lee and Herring days, 11 o'clock show, mate, I've always been a fan, and that's why, mate, I can't let you go through life calling a GIF a GIF.
I can't let you, well, in that case, I can't let you go through life thinking I was in Lee and Herring.
You're not the Lee, mate, I was about 11, was that not you?
No, I was in the 11 o'clock show, but I wasn't in Lee and Herring. Okay. And you're going to school me! You're going to school me on the correct pronunciation of GIF when you don't even know who Stuart Lee and Iain Lee are? I don't think so, buddy.
Can I go now?
Yes, you can. Unbelievable.
Think about what you've done.
Unbelievable behaviour. I was going to let that one slide until he was going to correct me.
Oh, you're going to school me, are you?
Charles.
Hello.
Hello, Charles.
Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Charles.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, mate.
I was going to talk about your initial topic that you mentioned at the top.
Is there any way you can stand on a box or something? The line's not great.
Sorry, I'm in a house with a toilet.
You're in a house with a toilet? I can't hear what you're saying, and Martin's coming in and he's raised his finger at me.
I'll do that. No,
Charles!
Yeah.
Charles, well...
He's in a house with a toilet, Martin. I don't know what we're going to do.
Charles!
Yep.
I can't say something.
I wanted to ask you about the royal couple topic.
Okay, very quickly.
You said you were saying you were unhappy with Eamon Holmes talking about it. You thought it disappointed in him.
I said I didn't approve. I didn't agree with what he said. Yeah, I thought it was unpleasant.
Yeah, when I was listening to that, I remember I just wanted to call him up and tell him off. I just thought, he was being really horrible.
You should have called him up and told him off.
But your show is the only show where you can do that.
What, the only show where you can phone up and tell off Eamon Holmes? Charles, I've got to go. Thank you, mate. As I said, I'm a friend of Eamon's. I'm not a massive friend, but I like him. He's been always very kind to me. But I found what he said about Meghan Markle quite distasteful. Martin Kilner!
Yeah, talking of distasteful, I was hoping
someone found an iron in his house. Look at you looking all smart.
Christmas, isn't it? Christmas present.
58.50, yes, go.
58.50. I've got to be out 58.50.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Well, I was hoping to make it a Meghan and Harry free zone, but my producer Holly, who sets stuff up, has sadly set me up a guest to talk about Meghan and Harry. I can give us stuff personally.
Yeah, because, I think that's the attitude of most people.
I think it is, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, we'll talk about that. Reluctantly, we'll talk about that. And we're doing the Vegans film club.
Martin is standing up. It's like he's preaching at us. It's like we've got Billy Graham in there. There's a reference for the kids. It's like Billy Graham is in here lecturing us.
Yeah, so lots and lots more references to the kids. And I'll be talking about Britain's oldest beaver. Apparently has been found. So
I'm
just tempting.
I'm not going anywhere.
That and more.
That is coming up. We will be back. Thank you, Amy. We will be back on Monday at 10 o'clock. Don't forget, plenty of podcasts to download. This is Talk Radio.
We are
Talk Radio.